All right, guys, what's up? What's up? Let me make sure I have everything ready here, and then we'll get to it. I think we're good, guys. Everything looks good, and the camera is set. So now I am streaming. All right, guys. So, what's good, everyone? Welcome to Street Alerts. I am your host, Chris Correa. This is the stock market breakdown for Tuesday, November 23rd for 2021. Actually, give me 1 second, guys. I believe I need to double check on something here. Okay, no, there we go. Needed to make sure notice the camera was a little off, but it looks like it's good. All right, guys. Anyways, again, this is the live stream of the market breakdown. I'm trying to do these videos at least maybe twice a week. You know, that's the goal. Yesterday I did one at midnight. Today I'm doing one during the afternoon. So the goal is that I'll be doing these in the afternoons, and then basically break it down, then break down the movement and the market and all that. So look, if you're new to the channel, again, I want to say thank you, because this channel would not be a channel without all of you guys who are tuning in and clicking the follow button and basically following along on the charts and on the stocks with me. Now, every day the market is giving us signals, opportunities, potential trades, and every day I try to bring the latest movements on Wall Street to you via my channel here. This is where I talk about stocks, about sector movements, about the things that are on my radar, and alert you guys to what it is that I'm seeing. Okay, now a little background on me. I used to trade with one of the largest financial banks in the world, but I'm no longer a professional trader. Okay, I trade my own portfolio, and I consult for private clients who want to learn how to trade, and I coach them. I teach them how to invest and how to trade the way that banks do. Okay, this channel is not financial advice. I'm not here to tell you what to buy or what to sell. I'm here to share my insight on what I see and help educate you guys the best way that I can do that using my experience in the markets. I have over 15 years of experience in the market. So my goal is to show you guys and basically allow you guys to look over my shoulder and see what I am seeing what I'm trading. And again, hopefully that serves as some sort of an education to you guys out there. Okay. That being said, let's start off by talking about the markets. Okay. Then we're going to get into the individual stocks. Then I'm going to do some live reviews. So if you guys have any questions on stocks you're looking at, I'll be doing some live reviews and pulling them up on the charts and trying to, at least show you guys what I see. Okay. Now, to my new followers, you guys could not have joined at a better time and followed me at a better moment in time to actually follow the channel, because we could be getting ready to move to the downside in the markets. Okay, everything that's going on in Europe, all the lockdowns that could potentially be happening, not good, guys. Okay, make no mistake, they will affect the markets here, and when and if that happens, there's not going to be anywhere to hide. Okay, people say that they'll move their money into safe stocks like Coke or Procter and Gamble, and park their money in those types of stocks. But the reason most people think like this is because they don't know how to short stocks. Okay, all they know how to do is buy stocks. If you don't know how to short stocks, then you're in the market standing on one leg. You're missing out on the other half of how to trade. Okay, how to make money when stocks go down. When you know how to short, a market crash is not a scary thing or even a bad thing. It's just another opportunity to make money. But it's actually better, because when markets tank, they move fast and they move hard to the downside. So if you know how to short, that's opportunity. I love a good old-fashioned market collapse. I love it, okay? That means the opportunity is there to make some big money on the way down. Now remember, 80% of the people in the stock market lose money because they don't know how to get out of their stocks. No one's ever told them when to get out or how to get out. Everybody always tells them how to buy. Buy this, buy that. This is going to the moon. But no one ever actually tells them this is when you actually get off. Okay, this is actually when you step off of the elevator that's taking you to the penthouse floor. This is when you get out. This is when you take profits. So a lot of people, unfortunately, don't know how to take profits. And again, they just don't know when to get the heck out of stocks. They have no idea. Okay. And the worst part is that they don't know when to sell short. So I want to help people to learn how to get to that point. So again, guys, look, there's a lot to talk about. If you didn't catch my latest market breakdown, again, I did one yesterday at midnight. Okay. Yes, it was a late one. But nevertheless, I talked about a lot of very important things that we need to be aware of if we are exposed to these markets, okay? If we're trading these markets, we need to know these things, okay? Number one, Austria, big time lockdown, okay? Germany thinking about doing the same thing. So we could see this spread across Europe where you have a lot of these lockdowns. Could it spread here? I don't know, guys, okay? But you need to watch that, and you need to, of course, always be watching the yields. The yields were pretty low. I think they were around like 152. And that's great because it moved all the big tech stocks higher. But this morning, we were back to 162 on the yields. So we had a reverse. And what does that mean? What it means is that tech stocks should be rolling over and the bank stocks should be moving higher. And you saw a little pop in the banks yesterday. So this is rotation, guys. Okay, money moves around. Money is moving around in the market and it's seeking shelter. I'll go over that in a little bit as well. But I want to remind everyone to continue watching the yields. That's a big swing in the yields, guys. To go from 152 to 162 in one day, that's movement to watch and movement that you want to be aware of, okay? It tells me that I need to be watching the banks and I need to see if investors are going to park their money in these stocks. So again, we'll get into that. But again, the whole purpose of this channel, guys, is to simply be a guide. Okay, that's my goal here, to be a guide in the market and tell you about sectors that I like, sectors that I don't like. But again, guys, to go from 152 to 162, just you have to watch that movement. Okay. Let me see here. Something's going on here, guys. Give me 1 second here. Notice something on my screen here, guys. All right, one moment, guys. Let me check something here. Not sure what's going on with my stream. This is my audio. Guys, I'm actually doing a dual stream. I'm actually dual streaming right now, not only to Twitch, but also on YouTube. Okay, so yesterday I did that for the first time, and now I'm doing that right now. But give me 1 second. Let me check something here. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Not sure what's going on, but there may be a little technical, glitches while I'm doing kind of like this live stream. There's a couple of new things that I'm trying out. It's been a little bit since I've streamed. So anyways, where was I? The whole purpose of the channel is simply to be a guide, okay? To be a guide in the market and to tell you what I'm watching, the things that I'm seeing, the sectors that I like, the sectors that I don't like, and, you know, try to teach you how to look at the market three-dimensionally, okay? Not just to get caught up in the frenzy of what's going on, you know, the hoi polloi, as I say, okay? You want to avoid the pitfalls. I remember back in the day playing the pitfall game in Atari. I don't know if you guys remember that. Maybe, you know, maybe all the youngins who are watching don't know what I'm talking about, but all the fans of retro games know this game, Pitfall, right? There was times when, you know, this, and I think the game went on forever. Okay, I don't think it actually ended. I think it was like a forever game. But every time you would get to the end of the screen, a new scene would come up. All right, and the scene would, you know, it could be alligators, and you'd have to jump on the alligators, or it could be a snake. You'd have to jump over the snake, right? And it was really one of my favorite games. But this is exactly like the market. Okay, the market is the same exact way. Okay, one day can change the entire tide. Now, I always tell people that one day doesn't change the trend and the overall direction, but one day could mark as the beginning of the trend. Okay, or the uptrend. All major movements can be traced back to a specific day, to when the when the stock started to move. Okay, so the number one goal in the channel is to, number one, be alert. Okay, when you're wrong, you don't stay wrong. You always preserve and protect your capital. That's the thing. All right, there's a lot of channels out there. Some are good, some are not so good, and they all have their different goals. Maybe one of the goals is just, you know, tell you what tech stocks are good, and they focus just on tech stocks, or maybe one is more on option plays or things like that, right? I would like to say that the number one goal of my channel is preservation of capital. All right, that's because if you don't have capital, you can't trade. All right, that's the lifeblood of being able to trade in these markets, your capital. So capital preservation is front and center when it comes to trading, and at all costs you have to protect your capital. You don't want to stay wrong. All right, there's nothing wrong with being wrong, but you don't want to stay wrong. I know from experience that the most popular names in the market right now, the ones that have had the biggest runs, when they turn, and they will turn, they will be crushed. Everything that's flying high right now, very popular, it will be crushed. All right, when the bull market, the bear market comes. Okay, and again, I'm not a doom and gloomer. I'm just telling you things that we should be watching out for. All right, and let's go ahead and get to that now. Actually, all right, let's cut to that now, because this is very important. A lot of people are like, oh, you know, that's doom and gloom. The market's doing amazing. Can't you see how high it's going? Don't get so excited. There's a lot of things under the market that, number one, the financial news is not telling you. That, number two, you're probably not reading about in forums that are barely just trying to get you to buy and get excited. All right. There's a lot of things going on underneath the hood that people are not looking at, but institutional money is looking at it. Banks are looking at it. Banks are getting out of the way. Retailers are jumping in. So what do I try to teach here? How to trade, how to think, how to move in the market like the way a bank does. How to manage your money the way a bank is trading, all right? And institutional money, make no mistake, that's what moves the markets. Okay, that's what really kind of gets the markets going. And you can't, if you don't know what they're doing, you can get crushed very easily. So again, let me go ahead and just get into the charts. I want to pull this up. You guys have to see this. I mean, there's a lot that I haven't streamed in a minute, and I'm so glad to be back, because I feel like I have so much that I want to share. I have a lot of thoughts right in here that I need to get out, and this channel has been a source of that release of information. Okay, so I want to share a lot of stuff with you. Let me go ahead and open up the charts. Let's see what we got here. see here. Okay, good. Awesome. You guys can still hear me. Hopefully everything's still looking pretty good. You guys can see the charts now. Spiders in front of us. Shout out to Shinigami. Good to see you, man. Glad to see you. It's cool hanging out once again. I have, again, I'm on YouTube doing a dual stream. So YouTube is getting live streamed, and also all of my Twitch gang is getting the live stream as well. So I just need to make sure that I can actually see the chat. And then when I'm done going through basically what I'm looking at, I'm going to open up the queue, so that if you guys have any stocks that you're looking at, you want me to review, you just want to share whatever you think looks good, you can share those and I'll pull them up on the charts and we'll all look at them together. Okay, so I'll be opening up the queue shortly. Right now it's closed. But in a moment or two, again, after I kind of go through a couple things here, I will be certain to open that up. So again, we can see what's going on. Okay, we could all look at the charts together. That's the beautiful thing that we have, with technology nowadays, is that we could all be looking at things together. So we will do that. That's a community aspect. All right. But all right. So anyways, look. Do you guys remember Zoom? Remember Zoom? And they were talking about Zoom this was a pandemic stock, right? Zoom was the darling child. I remember how much CNBC was just cheerleading about how amazing Zoom was, and Zoom is going to be forever part of our lives, right? And right here, ZM. All right, have a look at Zoom, guys. Okay. Again, this was one of the strongest stocks in the market by far. It's gone from, what's the high here? 588.84 to 206.64 as of today's close. It's dropped 64% in a little less than a year. Chopped in half. Chopped. Imagine all the people buying here. All the people buying up in here. Chopped in half. Okay. How about Peloton? You guys remember Peloton? I know you guys remember Peloton. Again, this was CNBC cheerleading about Peloton, all the time. Let me see. Where's Peloton? Peloton, PLTN? No. I'm spelling it wrong. There we go. Peloton. I should know this one, right? But I don't trade it, so pardon me not being knowing the symbol by heart. But guys, you remember Peloton, right? This high was what is this? 171.09. It's trading today at $44. Dropped 75% in a little over 10 months. The chop. Okay. Again, this was the darling, one of the darlings. Imagine all of the people getting, FOMOing and listening to CNBC and listening to the forums and buying Peloton here because it's going to go to the moon. They bought all in here. And now it's basically, they got chopped in half. Okay. It's been 13 years since the '08 crash. And I was trading during the '08 crash. Okay. There was a stock back then that, again, it was a darling stock. Okay, people loved it. It was going through the roof, and it's Citigroup. Citigroup today is what, 68 cents or $68. All right, $68. Okay, it did a 1-for-10 split, so that's what, like $6.70 or whatever. Okay. This stock, it looks like it's not far off the highs, right? Well, again, let's rewind the clock. I got to go to my weeklies to go back this far, okay? See that? You guys didn't see that, right? You're thinking, oh, okay, that's not so high. I mean, it's $80. That's not far from the highs. Well, not from 2014 or whatever. But you get back to 2008, this stock had a high of $570, down like 80%, not including the split. Okay. Darling stock chopped in half. Same thing. The same thing that was going on in 08 is going on now. FOMOing, people buying stock. This stock is going to the moon. Okay. This is what happens. Now this here, you could see this happen with a lot of the stocks that I'm talking about. I mean, we just looked at Peloton, right? We're talking about Zoom. All right. Let's basically continue. Okay. Teladoc. Let me go back to my day charts. Okay, here's Teladoc, guys. This stock, high of 308, today trading at 103, down 66%. You guys want to buy this stock at 250? Well, you know what? A lot of people did. A lot of people were buying this stock all through here because they were buying the dip. Buy the dip, buy the dip. They bought the dip $200. They bought the dip $150. It's $100 now. Okay. This is what buying the dip basically does to you. Okay. So for you guys watching who are buying the dip and you're not looking at charts, again, guys, I'm happy that you're watching this. All the new people just watching, I'm happy because I don't want to see this happen to any of you. That's why I started this channel. Okay. To hopefully help, prevent one or two or maybe more people from getting the chop, okay? From not looking at charts and allowing this thing to basically destroy your financial accounts, okay? Teladoc. Let's continue on. Let's look at PayPal. PayPal. I think it was like 310, 309, okay? 310 basically. To 190, down 40%, give or take. Okay, PayPal. Roku. You guys have? I have Roku, guys. Okay, we have Roku in the house. It's all right. Not as good as a Fire Stick, but it's okay. Roku 490. Okay, 480. Well, let's see here. There we go. 490.76. Okay. End of July. Trading now 226 or down 50%. Now, guys, these are not junk. This is not trash. Okay, this is not junk companies. These are large companies. These are companies that we're all aware of. Okay, this is not some, unknown companies. These are the leaders. These were the favored darling stocks that CNBC was hyping, during the pandemic. Okay, so these are not junk. These are mega corporations, as I call them, mega caps. Okay, which leads me to my next point. This is why it's very important to get the trend right. Okay, whether it's uptrend or whether it's downtrend, you want to know which way that the crowd is running, so that you don't get stampeded. Okay, so you need to know where the crowd is heading. You need to know what direction the traffic is going. I say this all the time. If you get in your car and you head north and the traffic is heading south and you're heading straight into oncoming traffic, you know what's going to happen, guys. You're going to get smacked. Okay, you're going to get hit and you're going to have an accident. This is the same thing that happens to people who are trading and buying stock without looking at the freaking chart. Okay, they don't see this. They see a downtrend and they buy. Okay, maybe you're waiting for a pop. Okay, but if it doesn't pop, or if it pops and then it moves against you, you cannot really, what do you expect, guys? What do you expect? If you buy a stock that everybody is selling, well, you know what? You're going to get dragged down. If you buy a stock that everybody's buying, it's going to move up. The trend is so important. I know some people say it all the time, and it's very cliche, the trend is your friend, but it really is, guys. The trend is everything, okay? If you knew that this was going on in Roku, you would have got out. You probably would have taken a hit, but you wouldn't have taken this much of a hit, okay? You have to know which way the waters are flowing, which way the wind is blowing, okay? And I always like to say, you don't piss in the wind. You know what will happen? My guys out there watching, you know what happens when you piss in the wind. Okay, so you don't want to do that with your money. Okay, so again, that's why it's very important to get the trend right. Okay, whatever way it's going. Okay, and sometimes there is no trend. That's the other thing. You may have an uptrend or a downtrend. Sometimes there is no trend. Okay, the stock is stuck in a channel and it's ping ponging back and forth, up 10, up 15, down 15, up 10. It's back and forth. Now visually, a good example of this is Amazon. Let me pull this one up, okay? Amazon right here. There we go, okay? Now, Amazon is pretty much trading exactly where it was about a year ago. I mean, look at that, okay? This stock is pretty much, it's moving sideways. Pretty much it's the exact same place it was a year ago. Nothing has really happened in this except it's moved sideways. Okay, but trends are different. All right, this is not a trend. This right here. Okay, trends have consistent movement to the upside or to the downside. So those are the ones that I want to be in. Okay, those are the ones that I'm looking for. And of course, you want to pay attention to when the trend is over. That's the other thing. Okay, when things are changing in price, what are the characteristics that are changing? What happens before the trend is over? Those are the things that you want to look out for. And I always like to compare stocks with the game of musical chairs, all right? Because if you played musical chairs as a kid, the second the music stops, everybody rushes for the chair, okay? And so it goes with stocks. The moment the selling stops or the buying stops, something changes, all right? Usually that moment is what you're looking for in stocks, okay? Now, again, usually you have big time selling or usually breaking of moving averages or institutional selling, okay? There's a host of things, but to think that the music is never going to stop, all right? That we're going to continue to circle around the chairs, okay, forever, and the music is going to keep playing. That's it's not going to happen, guys. Okay, we know as the music goes on, people start getting antsy. Okay, they start trying to get closer and closer to the chair. Okay, because they're afraid that the music is going to stop and they're going to be left without a chair. And when I explain it this way, that the stocks are the same way, they don't keep going higher and higher. The higher they go, people start getting a little bit more tense. They start having their finger a little bit more closer to the sell button, okay? Because they're wondering, when is this going to stop? Okay, I'm already up 10%. I'm up 20%. I'm up 50%. I'm up 100%. When is this going to stop, right? So they get antsy, okay? It's the same thing. So when I explain it with musical chairs, people understand the mechanics of the price movement a little bit better. And the question that we start to ask is, are we getting closer to the music stopping? So in the last 2 weeks, maybe the last 5 days, actually, to be exact, I've noticed something in the market, okay? Something that makes me question a turn in the market, okay? And in the Nasdaq 100, the Nasdaq 100, you have 400 stocks that are at new yearly lows. Okay, think about that for a second. You have 400 stocks that are at yearly lows. Okay, now that's a lot of companies. Okay, normally when you have that kind of movement, when you have 400 stocks at yearly lows, normally what you have is the Nasdaq is not doing well. Okay. The Nasdaq may be down like 10, 15% from the highs normally, okay? Not exactly a bear market, which is 20%, okay? But definitely it's moving to the downside and it's not doing so well. And again, it's down about 10, 15%. Okay, 400 companies making yearly lows with that kind of market, that makes sense. Sure, absolutely, okay? The prices make absolute sense. But to have 400 yearly lows when the market is at all-time highs, that's not good, guys. Because the market is at an all-time high and 400 stocks are at all-time lows. What happens if the market was at the lows? Where would those companies be? How much more would those companies be basically bleeding and dropping? That's what we have to think about, okay? And if you've been watching my channel, that's something that I spoke to you guys about before, okay? That the top 5 stocks in the Nasdaq 100 make up 40% of the Nasdaq 100. So yeah, if 95 stocks are down about 10%, but 5 stocks are up 50%, then of course you're going to have the index at all-time highs, okay? But the overall market is down, okay? 5 companies pretty much dominate the market and they push it higher. So it doesn't mean that the market is doing great because it's at an all-time high. It means that 5 companies are doing great, okay, because they're at highs, okay? But the market as a whole in general is breaking down. You just won't read that in the headlines, okay? They won't tell you that, right? They'll tell you every day about, again, the Pelotons, about Zoom. They'll tell you every day these companies are at all-time highs. The market is an all-time high, okay? But they're not going to tell you about, what's the rest of the market doing. And that's the thing. The market isn't strong, okay? The resilient consumer isn't so resilient. The resilient consumer, again, if you watched my video yesterday, we're in debt up to our eyeballs. We're weak. We're not strong, okay? And I'm talking about the consumer in general, okay? Same thing with the market. The market is not as strong as they're making you believe it is, okay? You have 400 stocks at all-time lows. That's crazy, okay? So, yeah, that, again, in musical chairs, I'm trying to get close to the chair, okay? Because I know if the music stops and we're already doing this much damage, this is going to get brutal, okay? Now, Bill O'Neill, I don't know if you guys know about him. Probably a lot of you do, if you are reading a lot of investment books and whatnot. If you're not, check out his book, okay? Bill O'Neill, he wrote a book a while back. It's one of the classics, okay? A really great book. I recommend you guys pick it up if you haven't read it. It's called How to Make Money in Stocks, okay? Again, a classic, great book. Get it, okay? Now, he was having lunch with one of my mentors, and Bill dropped a gem, okay? A gem that I think is probably one of the most crucial things that we need to know, especially right now in these markets, okay? Now, he was talking about the markets, and again, how do you know when the music is getting ready to stop, okay? How do you know that when we're getting closer to a top? And one of the things that Bill said that's very important is that one of the major characteristics of the markets starting to have trouble is when the majority of the stocks are getting trashed, okay? When the majority of the stocks are getting trashed and the money from those stocks starts flowing over into the leaders, okay? Into the stocks that are, the most liquid, okay? The big giants, okay? Because what's happening is that the scared money is seeking shelter. So it flies and it moves away from the weakness to try to get back to strength. So eventually that big money goes to the strongest stocks in the sector, and that's where it tries to hide, okay? That's step one. While the rest of the stocks, again, are getting trashed, okay? But eventually the selling finds a way to the leaders, and eventually they get whacked too, okay? And it's like a domino rally, okay? The dominoes that first start to fall are the weak small caps, the little to no names that we don't even know about, then the mid caps, and then the mega caps. That's where and then the whole index gets taken out, okay? And again, guys, I've been trading in these markets for years, okay? 15 years, 10 of those years were professionally in the market. I got started trading before that though. I was trading back in high school. I was trading right around the time of the .com crash. Okay, I got involved right, probably a few months before the .com crash happened, and it was a great experience. I'm glad that I did. Okay, because it was the same chatter that you had going on. Back then, any company that added .com to its name would just go through the roof. It's kind of like now where any company that announces they're making electric vehicles, they go through the roof. Everybody buys them. I'm surprised Hershey's is not announcing they're going to do an electric vehicle, because that's all you have to do now. Just mention you do an electric vehicle and everyone's going to buy it. You don't need to have sales. I mean, hell, you don't even need to maybe have any cars. Maybe you sold a few cars, but people don't care. They're gonna buy you up. And that's how it was with .coms. All you had to do was add your name .com. You could be whatever. You could be a toilet paper company. All you have to do is add toiletpaper.com. Everybody would buy you, because this is the internet. It's the future. There's no, everybody's gonna be on the internet, and you can't go wrong. Same exact frenzy that you have with the EVs. Same exact frenzy that you have with the cannabis stocks. Okay. Same exact frenzy that you have with the SPACs and the IPOs. Same thing. Okay. Just they're going through the roof. Okay, they're going through the roof, and that's how it was. And I'm glad again that I got involved trading during the .com era. Okay, because it allowed me to see the foolishness of the crowd, how the crowd can quickly go from euphoria and just having no common sense at all, just buying something just because of the name, right, to having panic, anxiety, selling like crazy, selling things that they shouldn't even be selling. Just again, there's no logic. We go from coast to coast. I saw people go from coast to coast, from extreme euphoria to extreme panic-ridden fear. Okay, both. And I'm telling you, they didn't just go from one side to the middle. It was overcorrection. Okay, one to the other, coast to coast. So I experienced the .com crash, and I also experienced the housing crash of '08. Okay, so when Bill says that what happens is that weak money gets out of these stocks that are falling apart, and it tries to hide in large, very liquid companies that are not falling apart so bad. So it tries to go and hide into, like, again, Procter and Gamble or Colgate. That's where it tries to go. Eventually, the selling finds its way to those companies, and again they get whacked, and that's when the whole thing comes down. Okay, so what Bill says, it holds true, and it's absolutely right on the money. And so I bring it back to what I said. Okay, when we started out with, again, the Nasdaq 100 at the yearly highs, and you have 400 at the yearly lows. Okay, you guys connecting the dots? Okay, so again, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just trying to give you another angle on the thing that I know that people are not mentioning. I know that the financial news is not going to, share this information. So what I want to do now is, again, to look at the charts and pull up some more names on the things that I'm talking about, because it's important, guys, that we really look at what's happening in the market right now. Because I'm telling you, a lot of these names are getting destroyed. Now, as I fire up the charts, I do want to say that these are my opinions. Okay, I'm just starting to stream now on YouTube, and so I want to make sure that you guys know that I'm not telling you to buy or sell any of these companies. This is general information that does not take into account your financial circumstances. Okay, so just because I make a trade, or I buy a stock or sell a stock or short a stock, it doesn't mean that you should do the same thing as well. Okay, you got to do your own research. You got to make sure that any trades that you make, they fit into your risk criteria, whatever that is. Okay, I don't know your financial situation. I don't know what your individual needs are. Nothing is guaranteed, guys. Okay, nothing is guaranteed, and you can get effed up. Okay, trading blindly. So whatever I'm mentioning, again, this is just stuff that I mentioned. This is what I am playing, guys. Okay. But this does not mean go out and buy it. I'm not telling you guys to do that. Okay. This is all about education. That's the whole point of this channel. It's educational purposes. So if you trade any of these stocks, just know that you can lose your money. You can lose all your money. Okay. So in short, guys, do your own research. That's what I can sum it up as, okay? Now, that being said, the top 5 companies in the S&P are now 23% of the S&P 500, okay? 495 are 76%. So 5 are 23%. Almost a quarter of the entire index, okay? And you have to understand that so that you could understand the balance of the S&P 500, okay? Now, I already mentioned that the Nasdaq is at yearly highs, okay? 400 at yearly lows. So if you want to know where the market is going, you need to know what's happening with the majority of the stocks, not just the 5 companies that are doing the ones that are pushing the stocks higher, or that are pushing the market higher, okay? So let's start off with that, okay? Because that's the most important thing. You need to know what are the stocks at large doing, okay? If the market is at an all-time high, why is it at an all-time high? Is it because all the stocks are doing well, or just 5 of them? You got to start there, okay? Because 5 are doing well doesn't mean the market is doing great. If everybody else is falling to the wayside, so. That's where we're at with that. Let me go ahead and open up the chart, the queue, guys. Let me open up the queue, and also I need to open up my chat window so that I can start conversing with you guys. Now that I pretty much got the general market analysis out of the way, let me do that now. Now I have two chats now going on because I am on YouTube as well as on Twitch. Okay, so I'm probably not going to be able to focus on both of them, but right now I'm gonna try to do my best. Okay, so let me pop out the chat and get this going for. All right, there we go for Twitch. Okay, cool. Looks good. Guys, 1 second. Take a quick pause real quick. Okay, I am back. Awesome. Okay, looks good. Let me see here. Okay, so yeah, I can see the YouTube chat and I can see the Twitch chat. Okay, cool. All right, so that is there. Let's open up the queue. Now, guys, for those of you watching on YouTube, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to actually request charts because this program that I'm using is just only for Twitch. It doesn't allow for YouTube chat to actually request chart reviews. So apologies on that, guys. If I made the program, it would work for both, but I don't. I have to use what's out there. So this is unfortunately going to be limited just to my Twitch gang. If you are on YouTube though, and you do want to, have something reviewed, just jump on over to Twitch. Okay, you can jump on over to Twitch. You could jump into the channel there, and you could very easily make a request for a stock review. Okay, very easily. All you have to do is hit !chart followed by the symbol that you're looking into. So, guys, the queue should now be open. And yep, okay, I see it now. It's now open. So you guys can start sending any stocks that you want reviewed, or just whatever you just want to share. You think they look good, go ahead and you can go ahead and put those in now. Okay, Yeah, exactly. Example, hashtag chart, and then the symbol. Okay, and it'll come up. All right. So got a couple of them there. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to get to those reviews. I just want to go ahead and scan through some of these stocks real quick. And as soon as I'm done looking at these charts, I'm going to pull them up. We're going to look at them together. Okay. As soon as I'm done doing that, then I'll jump into your stocks, and you may even be looking at stocks that I'm looking at too. Okay. So first one first, guys. First one first. AMC. I got into AMC, guys. Now, for those who've been watching the channel, you know I'm not. I'm not a forum trader. I'm not a Reddit trader. Okay, and AMC is a Reddit, pretty much a Reddit trade for the most part. Now, that's not why I bought it though. Stock is bottoming out, really, really good, and you have to use all the information that you have. We have to use everything that we know about the market in our favor. Okay, just like again, The Art of War. That's another book I recommend reading for trading. Okay, it's not necessarily about the market, but it's about psychology. Okay, it's about war. Okay, it's about strategic positioning of troops, of vantage points. Okay, and that's what you're doing in stocks. Okay, you're trying to understand the what you're up against. If you're a buyer, you want to understand the sellers, because they're your enemy. If you're a seller, you want to understand the buyers. So you need to plug in as much information as that you know and apply that to the charts. Now, one thing that I know is that the apes have a certain kind of characteristic. Apes like to buy and they don't like to sell. Apes are very emotional buyers. They're very attached to a stock. And this is not dissing the apes. Okay, if you guys, you trade however you want to trade. It's your money. Okay, hopefully, again, what I'm trying to do is just to help us preserve our capital and make money. But you, at the end of the day, you have to trade with what works for you. Okay, and you'll know whether you're right or wrong if you make money or not. Okay, the market will let you know if you're right or wrong, and it has no feelings. So that's the gauge. So again, talking about the apes is by no means, I'm not dogging them. Okay, I'm just saying that these are characteristics of apes. They like to buy, they like to hold, and they're very much like a lot of grandfathers. Okay, they have a very loyal attachment to some companies, and they're in it for the long haul, right? And that's great, okay? Because as long as I know that there's going to be some staunch buyers that are not going to sell, that's going to help me to know that the stock is going to have a little bit of cushion. And AMC has a lot of that. There's a lot of emotional buyers who own AMC who will probably never sell this thing, okay? I don't know. Maybe they will one day, but that's like a mortal sin for a lot of these guys. For me, it's not, okay? I have no attachment to these stocks. For me, I'm just trying to get into the stock, catch the trend, and make some money and get out. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I'm not trying to marry a stock. I'm not trying to invest. I'm simply buying the stock for a return, and once I get that return, then then I look for another one. That's how the market works. Okay. That's how I use it. I'm not using the market to show my loyalty to any kind of companies. Okay, so AMC, I bought this again because it was bottoming out. It looks really good, and I know that for Christmas you're gonna have some people buy this stock. This is this may be even gifted. Okay, you might have some people who are saying, "Look, I bought you some AMC for Christmas. Santa Claus brought you some AMC stock, and you're gonna hold it till you're an old man or an old lady, and you're going to be very wealthy. So here is certificates or email confirmation that you now own X amount of shares in AMC. Okay, you're going to have a lot of that. Okay, it's Christmas time. So I went ahead and bought AMC, and let me look at that closely. Just let me double check here. And yeah, guys, I like AMC. Okay, now if things get a little hairy and it dips down to about right here, I will get out. I'm not going to let it get lower than this. Okay, this is pretty much my like stop, the absolute stop. Okay, so I'm really not risking much in AMC. Maybe well, let me see here. I'm risking about 7.5 to 10%, but really I'm risking less than that because I'm not putting all of my capital in AMC. I'm taking a very small amount, a very small position in it. Okay, so less than 2% if this thing goes down 10%. Okay, so that's my risk on this. Not very, nothing. Not that bad. The risk reward is good. So this is one. KR is another looker. Okay, this one also looks like it's gearing up for a run. Okay, above the 50, pretty good volume that it broke through the 50 with. So and a great candle, awesome candle right here. Okay, so Kroger, this is another one that I like, guys. I haven't bought any positions. I haven't taken anything in Kroger just yet because I would like to buy it around like 41 bucks, around $42 to, say that. So now I am going to place an order for Kroger and try to buy it at like $42. Okay. So that's one thing that I am doing. And again, I'm not telling you guys to go do that. Okay. I'm just, again, this is you guys just kind of hanging out with me, and I'm sharing what I like and what I'm thinking about doing. Okay. So Kroger, yeah, I like this. I would like to own Kroger at $42. I know that's like, some people would say, well, it's 43 bucks. It's only $1 more. Why not pay $1? Cause I'm a stickler like that. Okay. That's it. I want to buy it at $42. That was a point to buy it. Okay. And, if it doesn't go into my entry, then it doesn't go into the entry. There's going to be a lot of other stocks that I'm going to put entries on, and I want to own them at specific prices. I don't need to settle for what the price is currently trading, unless it's within my price for buying it. But I don't need to settle for it, and you guys don't need to settle either. You don't need to FOMO. Okay, you don't need to worry about what if it takes off. It takes off, guys. Okay, there's going to be plenty of there's hundreds of stocks. There's hundreds of charts. Okay, I'm gonna find one that's going to work. Okay, but I don't need to chase, and you don't need to chase either. Okay, so if it gets to 42, great, awesome. I'll pick up some shares in Kroger. If not, then I'll miss it, and there'll be other ones. There'll be plenty of other ones. So that is Kroger. BBY, Bed Bath & Beyond. This one right here is this one right here, guys. I think this is another one that's bottoming out pretty nice. And again, guys, if you're in the chart or in the chat asking questions, I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just pulling up these charts right now, and I'll get to your questions in a second. But right now, looking at BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond, I like this stock as of the 18th. Okay, as of the 18th, right here. Okay, so it's pretty good. It's actually cheaper than the price than it was on the 18th. So I like this one. I'm not buying it just yet, but I am going to put an order for this one, and I'm going to put about a 10% stop. It's a pretty big stop, right, guys? But again, I'm not putting all my capital in it, so it's not like if it goes down, I'm down 10%. I'm putting I'm allocating myself accordingly, and positioning to myself so that 10% is not going to be more than maybe a 2% downside. Okay, so yeah, I'm not putting everything in this, but I am going to take a position in Bed Bath & Beyond, and yeah, probably about a 10% stop. Okay, I'll let it move around. Okay, but it's above the 50, and I like it. Okay, you guys might not like it. You guys might like it, but I think that it's moving above these, moving at the lows, and I think this one could be going places. So this is one that I like. And again, another one that you don't see it on my positions right now. All these stocks right here, these are my positions. You don't see it there yet, but it will be soon, and probably tomorrow. I'll probably buy some stock in BBY or BBBY. Okay, not Best Buy, but Bed Bath and Beyond. Okay. Okay, so now, guys, there's also the companies that are being affected by COVID. That's another thing that I put here that I want to talk about. Okay, these might be good shorts. I'll have a closer look in a second, but have a look at this stock here, MGM. This was a COVID stock, okay? This one looks like, let me see here, MGM. This one looks like it's getting ready. I'm getting ready to go short on this one, okay? Not quite short just yet, okay? But I'm getting ready, okay? It's already broken through the 50, which you guys know anything under the 50, nothing good happens under the 50. This is where you short, okay? And again, this is not financial advice. This is where I short. Let me just say that. When it's under the 50, that's when I look towards what am I going to short. When it's above the 50, that's when I look at what am I going to buy. So this is under the 50. I'm looking to short it. Look at what happened today. It's down like 5%. Pretty, well, the volume wasn't anything major, but above average volume, okay? So it took out the 100 pretty fiercely, okay? Ugly candle. If it can take out the 200-day, that's going to be awesome, okay? That's going to be some nice heavy selling, and I know that the sellers are going to be pretty damn excited, enthusiastic, and the buyers are obviously just like, where are they right now? Okay, they're leaving, okay? So as the buyers flee and the sellers start coming in, I'm looking to join them, okay? So this is a stock that I'm looking at shorting, especially if it could stay under the 50. That's gonna be beautiful, all right? It's right now it's about 6% above or below the 50. So, you know, I can basically use this as a good gauge to where I'm going to place my stop. But MGM, yeah, this will be shorted, guys. I will be shorting this one, and I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to be doing it tomorrow. Okay, this will be definitely. I'm going to place an order on this one later tonight to short MGM. That's going to be awesome. Okay, so. Or at least it has a high probability of being awesome, okay? And that's why you guys need to know how to short, guys. I'm telling you, if all you're doing is buying, you're depriving yourself of what I call the most important lesson in trading, okay? You're basically driving a car that only goes forward, that has no reverse, okay? When you know how to short, you don't care if the market crashes. It's just another opportunity to make money. You actually enjoy it because you make money. You make more money when the stocks fall because they go down again so much faster than when they go up. When they go up, there's a saying, all right, the stocks take the stairs up, but they take the elevator down. Okay, so you can make more money quicker when when they get sold off. So MGM will be a short. Okay. Let's look at one of the darlings, Apple. This one looks like it's starting to break out. Have a look at that. Great volume. Boom to the upside. Apple is, they announced they're doing EV cars. Guys, remember what I told you about EV cars? I'm telling you, Hershey's just has to announce they're doing an EV car, and people go out and buy Hershey's like there's no tomorrow. So, but yeah, Apple exploding to the upside, okay? For those of you who are long, I'm jealous, okay? Because this is, I see Apple. Apple looks like it's going to be going good for the most part, okay? A lot of buyers in Apple, a lot of strength, a lot of institutional buying in it. And you remember what I told you about all of the money that flees from the weak stocks, right? A lot of the stocks that aren't doing so well. Again, Peloton, again, Zoom, PayPal, all those stocks, Roku, all those stocks that are just getting trashed or that got the chop, a lot of that money is going to find its way to the strength. And it's going to try to look at what's the strongest companies out here that I can hide out and park my money in. Apple is one of them. Apple's going to be, that's what's going on. You have a lot of money that's taking flight to try to find safety, and this is what you're getting. So, and I'm not just talking the retailers, guys. I'm not talking about, Joe Schmo and Billy Bob down the street. I'm talking about, large hedge fund money. I'm talking about banks that have to put their money in some, the rules are that they have to have a certain amount of money in the market at a specific time. Okay. They can't be in cash, right? So where are they going to look at? Apple. Okay. This is where you have a lot of institutional buying. So this one is, if you guys are in Apple, you guys are in good standing. Okay. Definitely moving up to the, looks like it's moving up to the high side. All right. HSBC, the banks, remember about the yields? Okay. As the yields go low, that doesn't help for the banks. And you're starting to see the banks having difficulty. Look at this. Okay. HSBC having difficulty. Looks like it's rolling over here. Okay. Compare this to Netflix. Okay. See Netflix compared to Citigroup, a bank. See, do you guys see this? Okay. Citigroup moving down. Netflix moving up. Do you guys think that yields had anything to do with this? Absolutely. Yields have everything to do with this, okay? Because when you get low yields, tech does well. Tech does not typically do well when stocks move higher, okay? Or when the yields move higher, should I say. So pay attention to the yields, guys, okay? Again, look at Apple, okay, compared to HSBC. Okay. So the charts are showing exactly where the money is going. So as long as the yields are down, strength will be with tech. Speaking of tech, XLK, okay, see that? Strength. Xilinx, strength. Big tech is going to get driven higher via these low yields. Nvidia, up and away. Microsoft, up and away. Facebook, looks like it's moving off the lows. I am getting ready to buy some Facebook. Okay. I want to see some, look, tech is doing great. Facebook is kind of lagging. So I really want to see some, I want to see some excitement. I want to see some enthusiasm among the buyers. And I'm really not seeing that. Okay. They're breaking above the 50, but this is laziness. All right. This is not an exciting kind of breakout. So until I get a little bit more buyers coming in with strength, I'm just watching it. Okay. But I am looking to go long in Facebook, because it may be moving off the lows. And again, the low yields are going to help it. Okay. So Facebook is this one's for a potential buy. SMH, the semis. Again, guys, strength. Okay. AMD, strength. Good. Awesome. Great movement. Oil, breaking down. Okay. Flew high. It's breaking down. Okay. Now, one of the things about oil, guys, is oil actually went up for the wrong reasons. Okay. I don't mean that it was a fluff move. But it didn't go up because of inflation. I know people were mentioning that. And that's not, it may have been partially why it went up. But oil really went up because Biden ended our production on his very first day in office. Now, this is not to get political. If you guys love Biden or hate him, that's not what this is about. It's simply saying that if on your first day in the White House, you actually go in and you stop the Keystone pipeline, and you stop a lot of oil production, and you end a lot of the drilling on federal land, and you put heavy regulations on a lot of our oil companies, you basically force national oil production to zero. Of course, you're going to get higher prices. You cut your production off, because now you have to pay the Saudis more for oil. Okay, and they're going to sell us. They're going to sell to us much more than it would cost if we produce it ourselves. So Biden helped this move right here, okay? Like a lot of people don't know. They think, oh, Biden's going to help the middle class and the poor. Well, I tell you what, if you had a lot of shares in oil, Biden pretty much helped you out. I would have liked to basically own oil right here, okay? This could have been a good move from the president helping to move it higher just by cutting the oil production, okay? Because it helped the energy prices move to the upside. And this is a reason why gas prices are what they are right now at the pumps, okay? 76 million acres was shut down in oil production. No production at all anymore, okay? That's why oil went up, okay? Now we're getting prices that are starting to come down, okay? And again, I spoke about that on my market breakdown yesterday. So if you didn't watch it because that's very important. I talked a lot about what's going to happen to energy consumption, especially with everything that's going on in Europe, okay? So all of the lockdowns in Europe, this right here, as long as they continue to lock down, you're going to see energy go low, okay? So energy is going to start getting hit. So oil is, long story short, guys, I'm looking to short oil, okay? I'm getting ready to start shorting oil and also some other energy stocks. Here's one of them, Halliburton, okay? I'm getting very, very close to shorting Halliburton. It just took out the 50. Look at the volume, okay? You see that? That's some good selling volume. That's a lot of sellers. This is institutions, okay? If once it goes under the 50, you guys know my rule. I basically look towards the short. So looking at everything that's going on in Europe and how that's going to affect the demand for oil and energy, and seeing Halliburton and oil kind of come in, Halliburton taking out the 50, damn right I want to go short on it. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm looking to short Halliburton. This is one that I'm looking at for a short. I'm not short yet, but I may very well be short. In the next day or maybe within the next week. We'll see how this behaves, but I'm very excited about setting up a short on Halliburton. I'm just waiting to see a little bit more buyers. Here's another one, guys, BP. All right, again, great short candidate, at least for me, okay? This is another one that could be a nice little short. What about discretionaries? Home Depot. Look at that. Home Depot moving to the upside, okay? Google, okay? Google looks like it's trying to break out. Okay, it's trying. Not having a very good time of doing that, but it's been moving sideways, and that's what it looks like it wants to do. It looks like it wants to break out, okay? So it may kind of come and rest on the 50, but I'm expecting to see some kind of a breakout on Google, sometime soon. We already went into Microsoft, no issues. This thing's a mover. Amazon, okay? Amazon, good. You got a breakout, and look what happened, okay? Awesome move on the breakout. Great deal of buying, institutions, and then it gave it all back these last 3 days. This is pretty lousy. This is not anything to write home about, but it is trending higher, okay? This is an overall trend. Let me see here. You can see, let's switch this to the Heiken Ashi so we can see our trend a little bit better. And there you go, okay? Overall, trending to the upside, okay? So this could be a pullback, maybe a strong pullback, but yeah, this was pretty nasty, okay? Basically gave it all back. And makes no mistake, guys, the big money has been buying up mega cap stocks pretty much every day. So money is starting to come in. Datadog. Look at this. Gap up, huge volume, gave it all back. Okay. Was strong for the most part, but this right here, something's going on with this. You remember I talked about musical chairs? Okay. When is the top? Okay. How much higher can we go? Well, one of the things that you see when we get closer to a top, is this kind of activity. You see huge gap, you see huge volume, gap up, and then it just gives it all back. Okay, that's a sign that people are taking profits. There's heavy selling. Okay, now that's not to say the party is over. Okay, if I was in Datadog, I would not be selling it because that's a nice uptrend. Okay, this stock is in an uptrend, but you see these huge candlesticks to the downside. Okay, that should give you pause, and if anything, should give you reasons to take profits. This would be telling me that it's time to take profits. Okay, this may be the end of the line. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not going to throw in the towel just yet, but it may be. There's a lot of sellers up here, and now the question is are the buyers strong enough to take out all of the sellers up here in the 190, 200 level? That's what we need. That's what we need to wait and see. If this tries to test up again to that 200 level and it fails, that's not going to be a good sign. That's going to tell you that there's a lot of buyers up here or a lot of sellers up here. Okay, so maybe it's time to take profits. Okay, but if I was in this, I wouldn't be closing out my position. I would just be a little bit cautious on Datadog. Okay, a few others. Adobe broke above the range. Okay, broke above the range, gave it back, and it's trying to work up again. Shopify, this one hit resistance, rejected, came down, same move that you saw. Okay, doesn't mean the move is over, but definitely showing some hesitation in price. Tesla, the Musk thing, this hit the stock hard. See that? It hit it really hard. Okay, but it looks like it's coming back. Okay, it looks like the stock pretty much shook off the Musk move, and now it's pretty much kind of back on track to the upside. HubSpot, lousy finish today. Really bad. See all that selling? Really not good. Straight heavy selling straight into the 50. Does this mean that Hubs is over? Well, not necessarily. Okay, but you guys, if you just got here and you didn't see the stream earlier, it's going to be archived, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Twitch. Whatever, you can go back on the archive, because I talked about Peloton, I talked about PayPal, I talked about a lot of these companies that were the darlings that were trading really high and they got to chop. Okay, they're down big time. So HubSpot, I don't know. Okay, I'm not throwing in the towel, but you have to know when the trend is going against you. Right now, the trend is to the upside. Okay, but could it be turning? Maybe. Okay, this right here should give you pause. It gives me pause. So HubSpot is one that I'm wondering what happened here. Okay, at 850, you got a gang of heavy sellers, and they may have pretty much stopped the party. Who knows? Okay, at some point it's going to hit a top. At some point they all do. Okay, so that's what we have to try to find. Netflix, going back to Netflix, this one sold off at 700. Okay, and when they get to these numbers like 700 or 500 or 200, when they get to these whole numbers, sometimes they that's where they'll find resistance, and that's the same thing with Netflix. So there could be a lot of sellers in that number right there. Roblox, I don't play IPOs. I don't play companies that don't have a lot of history, but Roblox, heavy selling at the highs. Okay, so you could see a strong pullback. This thing is trading like 24% above the 50-day moving average. Fisker asks, what would you say about FSR? Fisker, go ahead and hit exclamation. I'm putting it here in the chat, in the chart. Put exclamation chart, okay, and FSR, and it'll go into the queue. So as soon as I'm done, basically doing my scan here, I'll pull it up and I'll start reviewing your stocks. Okay. So I'm just going to go through a couple of other ones here. Guys, have a look at Annette. Okay. Annette. This one needs some time. Annette needs some time. I wouldn't be buying it. Definitely wouldn't be buying Annette. Okay. So this is a watcher. Asana. Look at this. You guys see this? Nasty movement. Institutional selling. That's what it looks like to me. It's really, really nasty. This right here probably could tell you that it's, it's basically on pause. Okay. Having a lot of trouble here. So let's see how this one continues in the next few weeks. But this is nasty, guys. Okay. Not good stuff. A lot of selling coming in. AMD. Strong. I already went through this one. Tscm. See all this selling? They're all coming down. There's a lot of selling that hit the market, and you're seeing it come in across the board on a lot of these stocks. So Dexcom. This one needs some work. Okay. Not so pretty right here. Bill. Well, that gap didn't do anything, right? Look at that. Gapped up. Great volume. The gap gave it all back. Didn't do anything. Etsy. Look at all this. Amazing buying. Guys, this right here is your reaction to, let me see here. Let me go back and see. Let me see here. Etsy. On the third earnings, okay. All this right here is your reaction. This right here, this movement, okay. Reaction to an 11% drop in earnings and only 18% sales growth. That doesn't get me excited, but didn't stop people from buying it like crazy. So now you're getting a little bit of a pullback, but nice movement to the upside. And again, I don't buy off the fundamentals. I'm strictly a technical trader. But again, just telling you that earnings not so great, sales not so great, and people just buy it. Okay, doesn't even matter. Fortinet, this one, yeah, nothing right now. Okay, nothing right now. Resting at the 50. Mongo, MDB. MDB is out of range again, starting to look like it's taking some dips under the 50. Sign of selling, sign of heavy selling, and loss of institutional support. Now, again, look what happened. Hit 700, came back, also breaking under the 50. Do you guys see this? This is why I'm doing my scans, and again, just kind of putting them out. I haven't really done scans like this since I can remember. I don't think I've ever just actually straight up just did scans like this. So it's important that you see all of these stocks that are now getting very close to the 50 or taking it out, okay? Because this right here, this golden line is institutional support. If it's trading underneath the 50-day moving average, that means the institutions don't like it. That means they're not buying it. That means the mutual funds are not buying it. The hedge funds are not buying it. The banks, the pension funds, they don't want to buy it, okay? Because they know that stocks that trade under the 50-day moving average head south, and they can get very, very nasty very, very quickly. So they That's the 50-day moving average is basically, to me, that is the gauge on whether something has institutional support or not. So you see now losing its institutional support, okay, and on some pretty massive volume. Qualcomm, nice, but way overextended. You're trading like 20% above the 50-day moving average. Too extended for me. Team, see that? Rolling over, guys. Gapped up, amazing volume, really nice. And then not only did it pull back, but then it just basically the same massive buying that came in, you had the same, but vice versa, massive selling that came into the stock. This may have been the climax, okay? It's basically moving up, and right here is when it just gave it its final push and just, couldn't hold it anymore. All right. Team. So team is pretty much getting hit. Wouldn't be buying team. Wouldn't be shorting it either. But this may be the start of the trend being pretty much ending. The start of the trend ending. Okay. Or the end of a trend that's ending. The start of a trend, of a downtrend. A few others, guys, and then I'm going to get to yours. TTD. Look at this. Went straight up. And now it's basically kind of on pause. This one is another one that needs work. ZX. What's... Never mind, guys. This one is not there. All right. Solar Edge. This one looks like it's maybe setting up for a breakout, but today, yesterday, that rejection shows that it's not having it. So if it continues moving sideways and it breaks out, that could be good. Until then, it's basically just setting up. Already went into Home Depot. Okay, this was a earnings reaction. Too extended. Same thing happened with Lowe's. Okay, too extended. And there was a lot of other earnings reactions like Nvidia. Okay, earnings reaction again, just extremely overextended. AFRM, nothing happening here. Now it's breaking and losing the 50-day institutional support. Could this be a potential short? Not yet, but if it continues to move to the downside, you're gonna, again, this right here could be the beginning of that downtrend. Okay, we need to wait and see. But if it continues to move lower, then we know that this was the catalyst. MSCI breaks out of range and then gave it all back. SPGI. This one's not a bad setup. Okay, pretty close to the 50. That's nice. I don't like buying them when they're trading high above. This is fairly close. So this one's looking okay. Okay, I wouldn't buy it, but if you're in this one long, not so bad. Unity, big earnings reaction. Pretty much that's all that happened there. TJX, no bueno, guys. All right, breaks out of range, huge volume, gaps up, gives it all back. Sale, gapped up, pretty much gave at least half of it back, maybe about 60%. Okay. BJ, This one's extended and looks like it's starting to come in a little bit. 15% above the 50-day moving average. This was Bath and Body Works. Nice uptrend. And yeah, this one looks good, guys. Okay. It's moving to the upside and looks like it's trending higher. Okay. I talked about trends earlier. This is one of them. It's trending higher. So let me see that. This is pretty nice. All right. Macy's. Macy's is good reaction back on Thursday, and right back down on Friday, and today pretty much at the lows of Thursday. So pull back, sell off a little bit. CYBR. Try to get above the 200 price, not having it, and rejected that price heavily. A lot of sellers at 200. Send the stock straight down through the 50 with some pretty high volume. Okay. Goodyear Tire. Nice reaction to earnings. Rolled over. Sold off a little bit. Wouldn't be selling it, but again, you got a lot of enthusiastic selling going on in GT and a lot of the other stocks that I just showed you guys. Okay, so look, guys, this gives you a good idea. Going through all these stocks, it gives you a good idea on where the markets are right now. Okay, again, I mentioned earlier that the Nasdaq 100, you have 400 new yearly lows in the market. Okay, so this is telling you a lot about the underlying conditions on kind of what's going on. All right, there's a few others that I want to go through just real quick. AVGO. Okay, again, this is another one that's pretty extended. Okay, got a lot of selling. Looks like a lot of these stocks hit some kind of a temporary top. Okay. We'll see if they move higher, but it looks like right now they found a price that they didn't like, a lot of them, and they're all turning. Okay, you're getting a lot of selling going on across the board in a lot of these stocks. ASML, tech sector, this one's just wild all over the place, loosey goosey. Okay, this one doesn't really know what it wants to do. ADI. They reported. That's your reaction. AEIS, Advanced Energy. Let's see what we have with AEIS. All right, guys, this is one that I like. AEIS. I like this one since November 16th, right here. Okay. This one looks pretty good to me. And I'll probably place a buy order on this one with about a 5 to 10% stop, somewhere around there. But I like it. Okay. Well, a lot of the stocks were taking out the 50. This one today did not drop, and instead actually gave us a nice little tail through the 50 as it did on the 18th. Nice little rejection and held above. So I like this. Okay, as long as it can hold above the 50, I will like the stock. If it gets under the 50, I'll get out. Okay, I'll get out and stand out of the way. But as long as it's doing this, I like it, and this is a good time to buy the stock at a pretty decent price with a pretty low risk to reward. Okay. Now, if this one does fly to the upside, we're looking at give me a second here, guys, and I'm gonna chart this one real quick just to see what we could be looking at. 98 bucks. Okay, about $100. All right, we're looking that we can head up to this price range here. Looking about maybe a 10% run temporarily. That doesn't mean when it hits 10% I'm going to get out. It means that this is pretty much where I see the stock heading. Okay, so a lot of potential to the upside, very little risk to the downside. So I will be placing an order probably in AES. I'm going to go ahead and copy this to my weekly watch, because this is another one that, again, I like it, and I'll be placing, buy order on this one, at least starting a long position in AES. All right, so that one not bad. AMKR tried to get above the 50, and they just didn't let it. The sellers just did not let this thing enjoy any kind of time under the above the 250 or above the 50-day. They sent it down really quick, and that's what you have with AMKR. Clack, yeah, too high, too extended. Okay, a lot of these are reactions to earnings. MU, this one woke up on Friday and took off to the upside. Okay, I have 3 more stocks, guys. Then I'm gonna I have more, but I think I'm gonna stop here. I think we've covered a pretty good amount of stocks that I'm looking at so far. Intel, this one is just getting destroyed. Let me see here. Take a closer look at Intel. All right, so Intel, guys, let's see here. This one is, look, I'll get ready to buy it once it can get above that 50-day moving average. At least show me a little bit more of some buyers. This is nice right here, okay? This is pretty nice, but who knows? It could be trending to the downside. I don't know. So for now, I'm standing aside from Intel. I wouldn't short it, wouldn't buy it, but if I can get some buyers coming in here, maybe I get a good price on Intel, and could own this one at a pretty decent price once it starts moving back to the upside. Okay, I'm just waiting for that trend to start whenever it does. Tscm, this is a Tower Semiconductor. Again, reaction to earnings, trading 10% above the 50. Tscm. All right, so this one's still just moving to the upside, though. Okay. Actually, no, that's not. I don't really care for that. Guys, that's pretty much it. I think I'm going to stop right here. I found a couple that I like. We went through a lot of stocks, scanned a pretty decent amount of stocks. Again, if you guys didn't catch the beginning of the stream, it's not a problem. That's a beautiful thing about technology. As soon as I'm over, as soon as I stop this stream, it's going to be archived. You guys can go back and watch it. At least fast forward to the part where I talk about, I mentioned PayPal, and I mentioned Zoom and a lot of these things, okay? Because that's very, very important, all right? We may be getting close to a market top here, okay? I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, but we have to pay attention to everything that's going on in the world, and we have to look at the charts. And when you see 400 stocks at yearly lows, that's not good, guys. Okay, that's telling you that something is not right under the hood. Okay, a lot of these companies are having some difficulty. Okay, when you have them trading at the lows, so be cautious. Okay, the whole purpose of my channel is to help you guys to preserve your capital. Okay, that's really what I try to do, to try to educate you guys on how I trade, and preserve capital. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, try to make some money. Okay, It's not the other way around. It's not try to make a lot of money. No, first. No, no, no. The first thing for me is preserve your capital, okay? Try not to lose money, okay? If we could do that, great. Now let's try to make some money. That's how I try to do it. And hopefully I can help you guys pick up some of them. I know D-Dog was a great play. When I first started streaming on Twitch, I mentioned D-Dog. This was back in probably September, October, and it's just made a beautiful run, okay? This was a good 20% stock or so. So hopefully I'm able to bring ideas to the table that that we can all profit from, okay? But again, I'm not telling you guys what to buy or sell. That's up to you guys. You have to hit the buy and sell button. You have to take the risk. You have to determine whether it's worth it to you to take the risk, okay? But all I'm trying to do is give you ideas, give you another perspective to consider, and try to show you a different angle to again, think three-dimensionally in the market instead of just asking, what do I buy? What do I buy? Okay. What's the next stock to buy? What's good? That's no, you really got to look at the market. You got to look at these charts, guys. That's the most important thing. If you learn how to do this, you're not even going to need, my help. All right. Because you're going to, everything I'm talking about, again, it goes back to that teaching a man how to fish. All right. You don't need to keep buying fish. You'll know how to do it yourself. Okay. If you can read the charts and see what they're doing. So that's what I hope. That's my goal. That's what I hope I'm able to do. That being said, guys, I'm going to get back. I'm going to look at the chat. I know that I've been staring at the charts for a good bit. So now I'm able to connect with you guys in the community. So how are you guys doing, man? How you guys out there trading? How's everybody doing? Are you guys doing good? Are you guys having difficulty? Is there stocks that you love that you think, hey, you got to buy this stock or at least look at it? Are there stocks you hate and you're wondering what the heck happened? I bought this stock and I'm down in it. I don't know what's going on. That's where you share it with the community, guys. I'll pull it up here. I'll give you my opinion on it. I'll tell you how I would trade it. And you could do what you want with that advice. I'm sure other people in the room who are knowledgeable will chime in as well, okay? Because we got a lot of good people in here who know how to look at charts. So, and hopefully we all can kind of help guide each other, okay? But let's start off with the first one. The first stock I'm looking at is from Shinigami. And again, the guys, if you're on YouTube, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to join in on having me chart a position because the software it's only for Twitch. So you can't actually request a stock to be charted versus going to, but it's not a big deal, guys. Okay, you can just hop on over to Twitch. You can see right here. What my Twitch address is, twitch.tv/streetalerts. You can go in there and you can just follow me on there and enter the stock that you want. All right, so it's not a big deal. Hopefully they get it for YouTube soon, but as of right now, it's only on Twitch. So we're gonna go with that. So the first stock again, guys, that we have is we're looking at Waste Management. All right, let's see here. Let's see what we got with WM, Waste Management. And guys, I will actually rate these as bullish or bearish as I see them. Nice trend, beautiful trend. Look, this stock, yeah, this is nice. Okay, this is again this is a stock that's trending to the upside. Okay, above the 50, really nice. I wouldn't buy it here. Okay, I missed the boat on this one, guys. The time to buy Waste Management. Let me see here if I can. I mean, this thing, when I would have bought Waste Management would have been back in, I could tell you the exact date, guys. March 5th, 2021. Okay, right here. This was the time to buy it. And you remember when I said, when I first opened up the live stream, you could always trace the trend to a specific day when it started. You could always go back and say, okay, at that point right there, that was the entry point. Okay. And the goal is to try to buy the stock at those points, okay? Not when it's already trading up, like, again, the 5th is over here. So this is the time to buy it, not when it's trading 40% above the entry, okay? Still a good stock, okay? But this is when I would like to buy it, and just held on as it trended higher. You know, as it moved higher, take profits. When it dips down, maybe buy some more shares as it, you know, buy some more shares when it dips down. But this really was a time to buy right here, okay? So this one is pretty much already ran. What I want to do is try to find companies like Waste Management that are right here, okay? That they're not already on the move, but they're just starting to get the move. And again, one of those is AMC, okay? Hopefully AMC can start the move so that, you know, this is, we can trace it back to somewhere here, okay? We'll see, okay? But if it kind of gives out, I'll get out. But Waste Management, bullish, man. I like this one, Sheeny. I think this is great. If you're in it, awesome. No reason to panic. Just, you know, this is like a sailboat. Just let the winds just continue to you know, blow profits into your portfolio. All right, this one's awesome. Until it kind of breaks down, there's no real reason not to like this one. So this one's pretty good. I just wouldn't buy it here, but if it breaks out, that may be a potential buy. I wouldn't buy it. I'm not really a breakout player, but that may be an entry for some of you, okay, if you're looking to buy it. So this one is going to get the bullish label. All right, so hopefully who's ever in this one, you guys are making money. Sheeny, I don't know if you own this, but good stock, okay? These are the ones that we want to try to find, okay? We want to buy these kinds of stocks. You have calls on them? Okay, cool. Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, just again, be careful, okay? Because, you know, if we don't get a breakout above these highs, it's, you know, it's going to be harder to make money on those calls, okay? So sometimes it's best to wait until you get a nice big breakout and then pick up the calls. But of course, you're paying more money at that point, but you are getting higher quality, okay? When they break out on good volume, you're basically getting a better quality trade, okay? So just be aware of that, okay? And hopefully it can break out. I don't see why it wouldn't. You got some pretty strong selling over here, okay? That's some pretty serious selling, okay? Institutions taking some money out maybe. So, and that is pretty much right at 164. So, all right. So yeah, you just got a lot of sellers here that you got to clear out, and then it could get back on its way. So hopefully that's what we see with Waste Management. The next stock we're looking at is UMC. It's up 35% in options. Good job, man. Good job. Well, hopefully it goes up to 50% and 100% and even more. All right. So, but great chart. Okay. Really nice looking chart. This one right here, this is UMC. And UMC is rejecting, hitting some resistance up here, but overall, let me see here. Oh, damn it. This one looks like it may start pulling back soon, okay? You got stochastics pretty high, okay? You're looking at stochastics that are pretty much in the 90s, okay? So, look, this is the time where you take profits, okay? If you're in this stock and you're long, when the stochastics are pretty much maxing out above 80, that's where this above 80 is where you take profits, okay? Doesn't mean you get out of the stock, but it means you take a little bit of money off of the table, because what's going to happen is the stochastics are going to come down and the movement is going to come down. And rather than give that money back to the market, take that money, put it back into your pocket, and don't ride the slide down, okay? And again, you don't get out of the stock. It just means you take a little bit of money and put it in your pocket. That's what I would be doing with UMC right now, okay? If I was in this thing long, and I would be long. If I was in this, I wouldn't be short. I'd be long. And I would just be taking profits on this one, waiting for it to, come back down a little bit. But that's pretty much it, okay? I would be long, and I would just be taking profits, okay? And I'd wait to put some more money back on this stock. Especially if the stochastics can get back down before under like 20%, and there's no real major selling or anything that looks wrong, then I would be adding to my position. Okay, I'd be buying some more shares, taking my money here and buying it back here, having it go up, and rinse and repeat. Okay. Selling it, playing it off the stochastics, okay? Buying here, selling here, and doing it on the way up, okay? But maintaining a core position, maintaining a core position that's, long the stock. So that's what I'd be doing here. I expect pullback, okay? I expect maybe, look, considering the fact that the market, a lot of stocks were down, this one wasn't that bad. And you got a nice little tail straight at the 50. So that's pretty good, okay? As long as it could hold above the 50, it's not bad, okay? And even if it goes a little bit under, that's that's not that, as long as it doesn't like get really under it, it's okay. Okay, so this one's good. I like this one. I'd be bullish on it. I wouldn't be buying it here, but nonetheless, this one is it looks good. It looks bullish. So let me rate that one as bullish. All right, this one is from Dro City 50. Shout out to Dro City. I don't know if you're in the room still, Dro, or Dr. O City. Either way, shout out to you, man, for requesting. This is the first time I've seen you request a stock, so thank you for sharing, man. And you're asking, Dro City is asking about BBY, Best Buy. Now, Best Buy, guys, I like Best Buy, okay? This is nasty what happened today. Okay, this is really, really nasty. And Best Buy, I have a rule, guys. Okay, very important rule. You guys, Sheeny and everybody, Met, and all of you guys who are in the room a lot, Sparrow, okay, my moderator, you guys know gas pump. I can see you guys right here. Gas pumps, okay, stock market plan. I do not have any position. I try not to have any positions when stocks are reporting earnings. I get out, okay? I get out and I get back in the following day. I do not hold in earnings because number one, I like Best Buy. I wanted to buy Best Buy. I missed out on this movement, okay? And I'm not going to be buying it up here, okay? You remember what I said, okay? There's a time to enter the stock. And if you miss it, you miss it, okay? But you don't buy when it's 10% above. That means you that's 10% you could have made, okay? So you kind of missed the boat, okay? So you look at the next stock and try to catch that entry point, okay? But you don't need a chase. There's hundreds of chart patterns, all right? So just find the next one. Find the one where you get it where you want to get it, okay? You don't need to settle. You don't need to adjust, all right? You name your price, and if it's there, you buy it, and if it's not there, you find the next one. So Best Buy is one of those. Best Buy, and I could tell you, look, let me pull it up here. I could tell you exactly when I would have wanted to buy this stock, because I missed the boat on this one, and I was like, damn, I wish I would have caught it. But you're looking at October 22nd, okay, 2021. Right there, guys, okay? This was the time I wanted to buy it, okay, right here. Not when it's 15% above, okay? Not even when it's 5% above, okay? I missed it. This was the time to buy it, okay? And so I liked it there, and if I would have bought it, I would have enjoyed all of this gain, and I would have kept it, and I would have put it in my pocket. You know why? Because I would have sold it. I would have sold it on Monday. I would have not held on to the stock to report because I don't want to get the chop because I've had it happen. and it sucks. Okay. You don't know what's going to happen to the stock when they report. You could be flying high and great and everybody's buying, and all of a sudden you wake up and you're down 12% and you can't do a damn thing about it because the stock, you're just sitting there watching, waiting for the market open to get out of your stock down 15%, way past what a stop should be. So I always tell my followers, be careful. Okay. I don't need to own it during earnings. I'll buy it after. So if I was in Best Buy, this would have not happened to me. Okay. Because I would have sold right here and I would have waited for the reaction, which would have been this. And then I would buy the following day if I still like it or not. So the fact that I missed out on Best Buy buying it again at October 22nd. Okay, I missed out buying it here, but look at where it's trading now. It came right back. So I may be able to buy Best Buy at the price that I wanted to buy it. And I might just do that in the future. I'm not going to do it now. Okay, I'm not going to do it now. But, well, let me see here. Scratch that. I am going to do it now. Okay. I am going to do it. I'm going to place a buy order in Best Buy and I'm going to put like a 5% stop on this thing. Okay. Cause now I'm able to buy my stock that I wanted back at this price. And, I missed out on this run, but it finally came back. Okay. And I still like it. I think Best Buy, well, okay. Okay, no, I'm not going to buy it, okay, because it's already had its run. I don't know what it can do here. Just looking at it. So look, with Best Buy, this may be, I'll buy it, okay. This is actually okay. This is pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna place a buy order on Best Buy, and about a 5% stop. So if selling hits and it breaks and it continues to move, I'm not gonna get drugged through the mud. Okay, it's not gonna pull me down. I'll get out at this bottom. Okay, I'll get out at the bottom of the candle right here. Okay, so I'm gonna place a buy with a 5% stop on this one. Okay. And buy this one because look, I'm only risking like 5% for the potential of even if it just approaches that highs, that's 20%. 5% for 20%. You guys do the math. Okay. So yes, I'm gonna place an order for Best Buy. Shout out to who requested this one? Dro City. Shout out to Dro for bringing this stock to the table because I like it so much that again I'm gonna buy it. So tomorrow I will add it to my my portfolio and I will be buying some shares of Best Buy. Okay, with about a 5% stop. Okay, so just in case it goes to the downside, while I get out, and it was a good trade. It was a good risk. The potential to make 20% for 5%. That's not bad, right? Would you guys risk $5 for $20? Sure. Okay, it's pretty good. So this one gets the bullish label. So again, thank you so much, Dro. Appreciate you, man. And shout out to Dro again for being, bringing that to the table for the first time. That was the first time you requested a stock. So hopefully I'll be seeing you again, man. And you'll find some more gems, right? Because I think this one could be a nice little trade. And again, guys, I'm buying this knowing that I'm risking my own capital. It's not like if I buy it and it doesn't work out, I'm going to go to Dro and, hey, what the hell did you do, man? I bought this stock. You mentioned it on my channel and I'm down, So what's your problem? Nothing like that, guys. Okay. We all have to, if we're pressing the buy or sell button, we are taking that risk. Okay. But I appreciate Dro for bringing this one to the table. Cause again, I wanted to get this one back on the 22nd. And I couldn't. So now I can get back to a price that I wanted to. So thank you so much, man. And we'll see how this one works out, okay? But the probability seems pretty good, and that's what I like to find. High probability trades. That's what I'm going for. And you said it beat earnings, just an overreaction. That's the thing, man. That's what I'm telling you. You don't know what's going to happen on the earnings day, okay? Overreactions is enough for you to wake up and be down 10, 20, sometimes worse, sometimes 25%, okay? That's why I just don't do it. For me, it's like, you know what? I get out and because really that's an unknown. That really is an unknown, right? In trading, you have a lot of gauges. You have a lot of, you can calculate probabilities. But when it comes to earnings, that's really hard to calculate. That's like a 50-50, okay? It's basically just, heads or tails, right? There's not a lot of good probability in earnings. And there's some guys who that's all they play. They just wait and buy for the earnings. Most of those guys who do that, I knew, they don't trade anymore because they ended up getting wiped out, okay? Earnings, you just don't know what's happened. So I don't like the unknown. I like the known, okay? So again, I'm not telling you guys don't to sell during your positions and earnings. I'm just saying be careful, because when the day comes that you get hit with bad reactions, it stings. And not only does it sting, but it basically could mean that you could have the rest of the year you're trying to get out of a hole. Okay, especially if you're just kind of break even and then you wake up and you're like, damn, I'm down 20%. That could take a year. Some people may never recover from that. Okay, like the people who bought Peloton, they'll probably never recover. Okay, they can't trade. If they haven't sold their stock, they have to wait until Peloton gets back to its highs before they're even break even. Okay, and will it ever do that? Who knows? Maybe it might take years. Maybe it'll never do it. Maybe it'll be like Citigroup back in 08. It'll never return to those highs. So a lot of those people are basically forced out of the game. Okay, because the stock goes so bad, so fast that they either have to take the loss, or they just sit there and say, well, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna wait until it comes back, and if it never comes back, then that's fine. But they just don't want to sell it. So for me, I just don't like to be in that position. That's why I always get out of during earnings. Okay, it just has done wonders for me. And yeah, there are times when it's like, damn, I could have been in the stock and got a good 20% bump, but it's okay. I don't want that kind of trade, because that's not really a probability trade. That's not a good probability trade. That's luck. That's the difference between a lottery ticket and trading with probability. Okay, it's like, that's luck. I don't want to trade off luck. I don't want to get lucky. I want to get a good probability, because if I get good probability, I can do that over and over and over and over again. But who knows when you'll be lucky, right? So there's a difference, okay? I try not to trade off of luck. I just trade straight off the calculation. So again, that was a good trade. So shout out to Dr. O City or Dro City or however it is. Thank you so much, man. Let me see here. The earnings is Stock Market Plan says the earnings play is tricky in nature. Part of the report is the number, and the other is forward-looking statements. They have been, yeah. Earnings is just. I just don't do it, brother. I don't do it because the minute you feel that sting, you just are like, never again, never again. It's like taking a vacation to a place where you really want to go to, and you get the wrong hotel. Okay, you get the wrong hotel. You're like, never again. I'm never staying at that hotel ever again. Okay, you just don't want to. You don't want to chance it. So yeah, that's that one. Let's look at the next one, guys. I kind of beat this one with a dead horse. The Dollar Tree. Look at this. Yeah. Okay. Exploding to the upside. Looking pretty good. What to say, man? I like it. I wouldn't be buying it. Okay, not when it's 30% from the 50. Way too overextended for me. Okay, it's just too overextended. Does that mean that it's going to come down? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It could continue its run, but it's just overextended, okay? So I would expect some kind of a pullback, some kind of a pullback, but I don't know. This is some massive selling, okay? Now you did get a rejection up here at 144. So that's pretty big, okay? But nonetheless, yeah, overextended. Wouldn't play it. I wouldn't short it. This one I would just watch. I don't know. I'm gonna rate this one as neutral. I'm not even really gonna give this one a rating, okay? Because it's really not. It's too high for me to be like, yeah, this is bullish. Let me take another look. Just yeah, it really is, okay. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this one gets neutral, okay? Generally bullish, but really, really high. Okay, you could buy it right here, and if it just comes back down a little bit for a pullback, you'll be down 20%. Pretty nasty. So this one is this one just doesn't get, it's neutral, okay? So if you're in this one, I would take profits. If I was in this one, that's what I'd be doing right now, taking profits, especially right up here, okay? I would be taking some profits. I would not be closing my position. I would just be taking a little bit off the table. All right. So hope that helps. Hope that helps Dr. O. Let's go to the next one. DOCN for Shinigami. Digital Ocean. Guys, in a little bit, probably about 15-20 more minutes. I'll go ahead and get out of here in about 15-20 more minutes. You shorted it? Oh my gosh, man. Wait, let me go back. Let me go back now. Hold on. Wait a second. I would not have done that, man. Okay. I wouldn't have shorted a Dollar Tree. Because, look, this is what I try to teach, okay? And also, man, this is not any kind of a personal insult. Just because I say this, don't take it like I'm insulting you. I'm talking about the stock. I'm talking about the chart, okay? I never insult my my followers and my peoples, okay? I respect all you guys. But just talking about the chart itself, okay? I would not short, nor do I short stocks that do this, okay? There's a saying that I like to say in my channel, and that's don't piss in the wind, okay? Don't be doing that. If you're a guy, don't piss in the wind, all right? Because what's going to happen? You're going to get pissed all over yourself, okay? This right here is pissing in the wind. You got to be very, very careful when you do that, man, because basically this is in an uptrend, all right? And what you're doing is, another analogy that I say here is, you're getting into your car and you're heading into oncoming traffic. Everybody's moving north and you're coming south. And what happens if you do that on the highway? Okay, that's what you're doing. Okay, you're fighting against all of this crowd. I generally don't like to play it that way. I would rather buy stock here and have the crowd push me to the upside, rather than fight the trend. I don't fight the trend. I don't know any successful traders who've fought the trend and won, okay? There are a few, but I don't know any of them, okay? Some of them I've read about, but it's very hard to make money going against the crowd. You really want to go with the crowd. If everyone's selling, then that's giving you the momentum, okay? That's giving you a lot of power. So be careful, okay? Be careful if you did it. Look, my thing is, don't stay fighting the crowd for a long time, okay? Because you got a lot more buyers than you do sellers. A lot more buyers, okay? And somebody shorted right here, okay? Somebody saw this and they were like, I'll show you, okay? Somebody saw this and they were like, I'm shorting it. Huge volume. Almost double the volume that it had. A lot of selling, rejection up here. I'm going to short it right here, okay? And somebody basically said, yep, and maybe it's going to probably come back down and fill this gap. So some people did short it without looking at the trend, without seeing that the trend was still up. Even though you had this selling, the overall trend was up. And what happened to all of the people who sold it short right here? You follow? This is trend. There's a lot of reason why a lot of fools actually made money in the market recently, this past year, okay? And I say fools because people were buying foolishly. They were just buying anything anybody told them. If you had grandmas mentioning stock and people would say, I'm gonna buy it because, you know, even my grandma's mentioning this stock, so it's gonna do good, right? Those are what I would call foolish buyers, okay? Because what happens though is this: they had something in their favor. When the trend is up, you can make no mistakes. You cannot go wrong, okay? Because if the trend is going high and you get a little dip and people buy, they're going to make money because still the momentum and the trend is to the upside. That's why I kicked off the channel talking about how important it is to find trend. Man, that is the most important thing, is knowing the trend, okay? Because again, I was around in the .com crash. I was around in the housing crash, okay? And people fail to look at the trend. Okay, so you have to know that. So look, here's the thing. I'm not scolding you. I'm not trying to put you out, man. Not at all. I don't want you to lose money. I don't want any of my followers to lose money. So I'm telling you, just be careful. Okay, be careful and watch, because what you're doing right now is you're fighting against a lot of buyers. Okay, so just be careful. Okay, if you're going to do it, it's better to do that on a stock that's moving to the upside, because you got a lot more probability in your favor. That's the key to success, is the probability. You got to weigh out all of these calculations and go with the trades that have the highest probability of being winners. And one of the key ingredients for that is your trend. All right. If you have a strong trend, you could make a mistake. You could buy the stock at the wrong price, but because the trend is so powerful and moving to the upside, that mistake may actually not be, you may recover. You might actually make money, even though you made a foolish move and you bought at the wrong time. That trend helped to propel you to the upside. Okay. So that's why I always try to focus on that, especially in these, in these stocks, in these big money stocks. Okay. Because you got a lot of people buying these stocks, man. You got a lot of institutions buying them. You don't want to play against the institutions. Okay. You can't win. I can't win against institutions. I can't win against the bank. Okay. So I rather trade with them. Okay. Like kind of behind them. Okay. Because they have more resources. They have more money. They have a gangload of brilliant guys and girls with amazing IQs, building their algos. Okay. So they have all the resources. They have all the money. It's very hard to trade against them. So I trade like them. Okay, I follow what they're doing and I get right behind them. Okay, it's kind of like, I don't do this. Okay, but I used to have a friend. Okay, and this guy, he was just always doing, he just a crazy driver, always doing donuts in the parking lot, just letting the car, fishtailing and whatnot. He actually taught me how to fishtail my car, and it was. Back when I was a teen, this was fun times. But my friend liked to do something, okay? And it was, again, I'm not saying do it, but it's just to go with what I'm talking about, okay? Whenever there was like an ambulance that was going down the freeway, okay? And my friend would get behind it and basically just kind of, just go through all the traffic, okay? Like, I really got to get somewhere and there's an ambulance coming. That was his cue that I'm going to get above the line, all right? I don't need to go through all this traffic. I'm going to get behind the ambulance and I'm going to piggyback behind them so that they're going to clear the traffic for me. And then once my exit's up, I'm getting off on my exit, okay? And he loved doing that. Did that all the time. I don't know if he ever got arrested or caught, but he loved doing this, all right? And that's kind of like what I'm doing, okay? That's how I trade. I want to know what the banks are doing. I want to know what the big money is doing. and I want to get behind them because they're going to clear the way for me. Okay. If they're buying stock, I want to be behind them buying it. If they're selling stock, I want to be behind them shorting it. Okay. Because I have all of that in my favor. So again, that goes back with trend probabilities. Again, I know I'm kind of beating this one to death, but just be careful, man. Okay. Be careful with this because again, like I said, there was guys right here shorting it and they basically got taken to the cleaners. If they bought options down 100%, probably, after a few days. Okay. So you can be down 100% in an option very easily in this kind of stock with a trend going higher. All right. But so that's being said, just be careful. Sorry, didn't mean to go so long on this one, man. I just don't like seeing people lose money. Okay. I really don't. And I want to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to prevent anyone from doing that. Okay. So, that's that. So yeah. Sparrow also chimed in. I always like to see what Sparrow says. Sorry, because Sparrow's like she is like the trading queen when it comes to a lot of the small caps. Okay, she's really good at what she's saying. So, and she says, "You're saying I can't piss in the wind." I don't think you can, Sparrow. I don't think it would be wise to do that. So no. She also said Dollar Tree is raising their prices. They're going to be $1.25 tree. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, look, with inflation, they're going to have to do it. I mean, it's going everywhere. So, but yeah, just be careful, man. Joe City says, I'm just stealing someone's call, so I don't hold. Okay. All right, man. Well, just be careful. Be careful. And let me see here. All right, cool. Okay, guys. So let's see here. Let me go to the next one. We have DOCN, Digital Ocean. All right, so DOCN, look at this. Okay, really, really crazy selling. Yeah, man, I would look. I wouldn't be buying it. Okay, it. Maybe this is a top. You just have way. You have a lot of institutions that are selling. Okay, this is a lot of institutional selling. Okay, and normally they're not in the market on Thanksgiving week, but somebody is selling. Okay, somebody's clearing, and this is not good. So I would be look, if I was in this one again, look, you want to be taking profits, especially when you get big moves like this. Okay, I see that's kind of why, like, again, I don't really so much always play the breakouts. I usually sell into them. That's how I do it. Okay, you can buy the breakouts, but I usually sell it when I see something like this in a stock that I'm in. I usually like to take some kind of profits. Okay, and that's pretty much what happened. You got a lot of buying, and this was your reaction to that. Not good. No bueno. So I'm not going to rate this one as bearish because look, okay, the trend for the most part is up. Okay, you just got massive selling that is going on these last 2 days. Okay, so I would just be careful. Maybe there's a lot more selling that could continue into the end of the week and next week, but just be careful. Okay, if you're in this one, I wouldn't be buying it. Okay, and again, this is it already left the station, so time to buy it would have been way back in like June. Okay, not now. So this one I'll just basically rate neutral. Okay, this one gets the neutral. All right, next up we got Keeper Shade asking about FSR, Fisker. Let's see what we got with Fisker, FSK. Oh, and guys, I didn't even go into my positions. I didn't even talk about any of the positions I had. Just AMC, because it was so funny that I bought AMC. I mean, for those of you who are in the channel, like, the heck is he doing buying AMC? This is a freaking Reddit stock, but look good. But anyways, FSK. This one, I don't like FSK. Oh wait, that's FSR. Wait. Yeah, sorry, not FSK, FSR. sorry about that. Okay, so this one, yeah, this one's nice, man. The time to buy this one would have been, again, I would probably say back in, I'll tell you, November 2nd. November 2nd was right here. This was the time to buy it. Okay, this is when basically this would have been my entry. Okay, since then you traded as high as 33%, and now you'd be trading at up 12%. Right now, I still like it. Okay, I still like the stock. I am still bullish on it, but I missed the entry. Okay, I missed the entry. It's already trading way too high from when I should have bought it. So if you're in this one already, you know, and you're long, you're doing well. Okay, because the trend is moving in your favor, and I think this one is going to take out the highs. I think it will. Okay, I think it has a lot more juice in the tank, and I see this one moving to the upside. It looks like, yeah, it looks pretty good. So this one gets a bullish. I wouldn't buy it, okay, because, you know, I would have wanted to buy it right around here, and it's just too much. It's already, you know, too many gains on the table for this one. So I missed the boat on this one, but if you're in this one, congrats, good job. You're just seeing a little bit of a pullback probably, but you know, it looks like it wants higher prices. So FSR gets I rate this one bullish. FSR. Sheeny, you're debating shorting FSR. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. You know, I get the logic. I understand why people would want to do that, because it's like, look, this thing is trading like, you know, a good 20%. But I just don't like to trade that way. I like to trade with the trend in my favor. I don't like to go against that trend. Okay, it's, you know, you're basically trying to you know, catch like a couple pennies by, you know, running into the middle of the street and grabbing some pennies before the cars come and hit you. You got to be careful. Okay, I like the trend in my favor. If you trade against the trend long enough, you're going to get hit. Okay, it's not a matter of like, again, if, it's when. Okay, you're going to get whacked for sure if you trade against the trend. Okay, because you don't know what could happen. You could short it, and all of a sudden there could be a pocket of buyers right here, and they just take it higher. And again, I go back to Dollar Tree for my example. Okay, right here. Okay, you got a lot of people who probably saw this and were like, I'm going to short it. There's a gap right here. I know it's going to fill the gap. I'm going to short it right here, and then they get taken out. Okay, why? Because they never looked at this. They never looked at the trend. Okay, and so you're trading against it. What can you expect to happen if you head into oncoming traffic? Okay, you're gonna dodge a couple of cars, but there's still a lot of cars that you may potentially run into. So I just don't like to do it, guys, and I don't think it's a good habit to get into. So Sheeny, I wouldn't short it. You know, I just wouldn't do it. Okay. Now again, I understand the logic, but I just try to get as many things in my favor. Okay. Do I have trend in my favor? Check. Okay, great. Is it trading close to the 50-day moving average? Check. Okay, great. Are the stochastics under 20? Check. Okay, great. Do I have a bullish engulfing? Check. Okay, great. So you see what I'm saying? I have like a mental checklist of things that I'm looking for. And the minute I get checks on all of those, I'm good to go. Okay. I know that as long as the stock is meeting that criteria, I have a lot more probability. If I only have one check in my criteria list, then my probability is very low that the stock is going to go higher. So that's what I like to do again. And the biggest thing is, again, that trend, because you can buy the stock at the wrong price, but as long as a trend is in your favor, it's going to take care of you. Okay. So again, that's not always 100%, but still there's a lot of people who just buy foolishly and they make money. Okay. Not because they know what they're doing, but because they don't realize that they're just trading with a trend. And the ones who lose money are the same people who aren't looking at the chart and aren't realizing that they're now buying when the trend is going against them. Okay, it's that. So that's what I say. So for this one, I'm gonna give this one a bullish, and I wouldn't short it. Okay, but if you do, just like I always say, guys, be careful. We're all grown adults here. We all make our own decisions. But I don't want to see any of you guys lose money. I want you guys to come in here and say, man, I made 30% today or whatever. Okay, that's what I want to see. Okay, so I just try to do my best to keep you out of the woods. Palantir. Let's see what we got with Palantir. And guys, again, I'm probably going to get out of here in a little bit. But let's go ahead and finish up the... All right, so Palantir rolling over. This thing falling apart. Okay. I would be getting out of the way of Palantir. I would be, this one looks like this one looks like a short. Okay. Now I would not short it. Okay, but I would not be buying it. I expect a lot of people are probably shorting it right here. Okay, because it's under all the moving averages, and it's getting very close to these lows. You're looking like a good 20% or 15%, almost 20% from 20 to around 1750. Okay, so it could do that. Okay, there's a probability that it can do that. So I wouldn't be buying it. I think this one, if anything, is a short. So this one gets the a bearish label. Okay, yeah, just that's how I view this one. Oh, DOCN was the one you were thinking about shorting. Yeah, still wouldn't short it, man. Okay, but you know why. As long as you know why, then I don't have to explain it. I wouldn't do that, not yet. I'd give it a little bit more time. Okay, maybe this is the beginning of the downtrend, but I'll wait until it forms. I'll be patient. I'll be a patient man. I don't mind being patient. Okay, so yeah, but going back to Palantir, yeah, this one I'm gonna rate this one as bearish, man. Okay, so Fisker, shout out to Fisker for this one. I don't think you've posted before, man. So thank you for posting. And again, if I'm bearish and you're absolutely bullish, this is no insult to you. I'm just telling you how I feel about the chart. Okay, but I'm not insulting anyone or any of my guys, any of my guys or my girls. All right. So next one, we got stock market plan asking about BBBY. I already talked about this one, and I like this one, stock. I like this one so much that I am going to be placing a buy order on BBBY. So hopefully I'll get filled on this one, man. I like it. I like it, stock. I think this is great. I think it's moving off the lows, and great volume. Look at that volume. Okay, not a great candle, okay, but still some pretty big volume straight up through the 50. It's held up for the most part. So yeah, I don't mind buying this one. And again, just putting like a probably this one I'm going to give guys. That's the other thing. I've widened my stops. Okay, I've widened my stops to give them a lot more room. That's just how things are trading these days. So with Bed Bath & Beyond, I'm definitely gonna put a buy order on this one. But I'm going to put anywhere from like a 5 to 10% stop on this one. As much as a 10% stop, okay? That's how much I'm looking. But I'm not going to obviously put 100% in this, okay? So it's not going to be like if I get stopped out, I'm down 10% on my account. No, I'm just going to, pick up a few shares, a small amount of shares. But I am giving this one at least a 10% stop to make its thing. So stock, I'm not sure how you're looking at this one, man, but I like it. And again, I'm going to place a buy order on Best Buy. So probably next time I do another one of these live streams, you guys are probably going to see it up here somewhere. Okay. Hopefully I would like to get it because again, that's a pretty good trade. Okay, the risk reward is really, really high right now. This one is just gave me an entry on the 18th, so I want to get it as close as I can to the 18th before it gets away from me. And if it doesn't, if it goes the other direction, that's fine. I'm prepared to give 10% if it doesn't work out. Okay, because if it does work out, I'm going to make a lot more than that. Okay, so I like it. I like it. And Sparrow. Oh, Connect. Oh, well, shout out to Connect, man. Yeah, Sparrow is a sweetheart. She is awesome, and just an amazing person, a wonderful trader, and a really good friend. She came into the room. I went into her room, and she was just really, really chill, and we've we've just been talking ever since. And now she's the moderator here, and really, really awesome. So glad to have you here, Connect. Thank you for coming on board, man. Appreciate you. I hope to see you around a lot more. I don't know if Stock is still in the room. Let me see here. I don't see him in the room anymore. But anyways, shout out to Stock, because I like Best Buy. I always get this mixed up with Best Buy because it's BBY and this is BBBY. So Bed Bath & Beyond, this is going to be one that I'm hopefully could add to my portfolio, and maybe tomorrow, I would love to buy this one at this price. So if tomorrow, if it's trading at this price or better, I will be a happy camper owning some of this company. So bullish on BBBY. Of course, Sparrow, anytime. It's always great having you. Always great being in your room. So definitely cool. Connect, who says, insult me, I can take it. No, man, I don't insult anybody. Everybody has their, unless everybody for the most part has been really chill. Haven't, had anyone come into the room and, had to insult them. But that's really not my nature. Probably just ban them or something like that. I don't know. I don't have time for negative vibes, guys. So let's move into the next one, though. Actually, you know what? I want to pause here, guys, because, again, I didn't go into my positions. I have not talked about my positions, and I need to do that, okay? I came in super excited, talking about everything that's going on, because I haven't streamed in a while. I had so much material, so much that I had to unload, and then completely forgot. I went into the, looking at scans, and I forgot to even look at my own positions. Okay. Well, at least to, kind of go through them with the chat. Okay. So guys, Tscm is one of my positions, and I like it. Okay. I have really, this one's about like a 5% stop, if anything. Okay. But broke up really awesome, straight through the 50. Really, really good candle. Yes, it did reject that 100, but still nice candle straight through the 50. And gave it back the next few days, but then came back. And now it's testing that 100. And I'm with it, okay? I'm with it because I don't want to wait to buy it after it breaks to the 100. I want to get it here because it's already starting to move. This is a lot of... there's some institutional money that's starting to come in here, okay? So I like that. Like I said, I like to follow behind the banks. I like to follow behind that all those hedge funds that have the billions of dollars that I don't have. Well, I want to follow them, okay? I'll let them clear the way for me, and I'll be right behind them. So, yeah, this one, since November the 12th, this was the time to buy it right here, okay? So, and I got in even better because it closed right here at 111.51. I got in at 109.76. Okay, so this one's pretty good. I'm up about 1.8%. Okay, nothing amazing, but still, that's pretty good. I'm just going to continue to hold it because this one, I see it going back up here. Okay, so the potential reward in this thing could be like, 12% on the short term. Let me see here. Let me actually look at this one a little bit better. Guys, I'm looking at a potential stop on this one. Not a stop. Not a stop. Wrong words. I'm looking for a target of 117.24. Okay? For the first target, which is like 5% or so. Okay? And that's the first. If it can get here, it's on its way. Okay? If it can get here, then that means the trend is up. Okay? And I'll stick into this one as long as the trend is moving higher. If it can get there, I see it here. I can even load it here so we all can see it. Okay, there you go. Okay, there's my Fibonacci levels telling me 123 could be you know, a pattern, which is 10%. Okay, and that's not bad, man. That's not a bad that's not a bad return if it can do that. But again, it's not like once it hits 10%, I'm out. I'll continue to hold it as long as the trend is, as long as it's doing this, I'll hold it. Maybe it'll give me more than 10%. Maybe I'll get 25%. Who knows? But until the trend is over, guys, I like to let the stocks do their thing. Okay, it's kind of like it's enjoying a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's you're enjoying a good thing. When you have a good thing going, there's no reason to to stop the party. Okay, you're having a good time. Things are working out. You're having a great conversation. Whatever it is, if you're enjoying something, you want to let that go for as long as you can. Okay, and then when finally it's like, all right, the party's over. People are starting to leave. Well, then you leave. But as long as everyone's there, they're having a good time. People are enjoying the food. They're enjoying the cocktails, whatever it is. Your best friends are around you or your family members are around you. You don't care if it's 12 o'clock or 2:30 in the morning or even 5 o'clock in the morning. If the people are still having a good time, have a good time, right? Just take it in, okay? So that's how I like to do it with the trends. Let the trends take care of you. As long as they're kind of taking care of you and kind of pushing you up, then just, enjoy, continue to take the gains in until they break down, then you get out. But until that point, milk it for all it's worth, right? Let it give you whatever it's going to give you, whatever it may be. Okay. But just looking at the targets, 129.35, that's a potential target. But again, if it does that, am I going to get out? No, I'll take profits, but I'm not going to get out. So, I'll get out when it either hits a stop or it turns. So ACAM so far up 1.8, not bad. Okay. AMC, Shinigami, I got to run to a meeting. Hope you have a great rest of the night. Can't wait to see the gains, by the way. Appreciate the picture on top. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem, Shinny. Always good seeing you, man. And I'll be seeing you soon for sure. Okay, I'm gonna be getting the schedule set and fixed, but yeah, I'll be catching you, man, for sure. And Connect. What do you mean? You said 123 when? Oh, you're talking about ACAM? Who knows? No idea, man. 129.35 is the D point, okay, of the Fibonacci, okay? It'll complete the ABCD pattern at 129.35, okay? And I'll turn it on so you can see. Okay, right there. That's where you're going to get that 161 retracement, okay? So, I don't know, okay? It's not going to just go straight up. Usually what they do is they go up and they, come down, they pull back, and they make their way slowly to that level. Or it could just pop up to the upside. It can gap up and just take off. You don't really know, okay? All you know is just the pattern and the volume, okay? There's some good volume. And as long as you get that, that's great. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't trade options, by the way. Okay, so for me, I don't need to worry about time. I can be in this stock as long as I want to. Okay, as long as it doesn't hit my stop, I can just chill in the stock. Okay, I don't need to worry about it. Worry about some kind of option expiring or anything like that, because I don't do the options. For that reason, it's hard enough trying to, pick stocks and adding time as another enemy, that's, you know, I just rather not do it. So I don't trade options. I just trade the shares. And so I don't know, man. I don't know when it could hit that. But that was that. AMC, I'm down 1.9%. Okay, I'm not going to sell this one just yet, but if it does get under the 50, well, it pretty much kind of is closing under the 50, okay? But if it gets any more like down in this level here, okay, back around like these lows, I'll get out, okay? This is the time to get out. So I have, so I'm watching this one, okay? But only if it does that. So hopefully you get the apes coming in here and buying this thing on the dip, okay? Since they like doing that, hopefully they buy this thing on the dip. Caterpillar. And by the way, again, that's no disrespect to the apes, okay? They like it and I like it. So, you know, we are friends. We are not enemies, and they're going to help me and I'm going to help them by me buying the stock and they're buying the stock. We all can make some money. The only difference between me and them is that I do plan on getting out of the stock, okay? I am not going to marry this one, okay? I'll get out once I get a good return, whatever. But until then, we're friends. So hopefully they can come in and help me out and get my position going up. Otherwise, probably going to, you know, probably just going to sell it if it just continues to act up. All right, Caterpillar. Guys, I picked up Caterpillar today. Today I bought Caterpillar. This was one of the stocks that I bought. And Caterpillar, let me see here. I liked Caterpillar back on November 2nd. Right here, okay? I was able to buy Caterpillar at a better price than the entry, okay? It went up, came down, saw it today, and I bought it, okay? So I bought Caterpillar. I am in this stock long, and what can I say, man? I like it. I'm bullish on it. This activity is a little concerning right here, but the fact that it held above that 50 is good, okay? If it comes back down here again, probably going to get out of it, okay? Not even if it doesn't break, okay? The fact that it'll do that is going to show me that the sellers are really sniffing around, okay? And the buyers are letting them do it, okay? If the buyers let them do it again, that's going to show me the buyers are weak. So I want to get some buying here. Otherwise, I will sell out of Caterpillar for a very small loss and wait until the buyers step in and then go in long. But either way, I'm gonna go in long on Caterpillar, you know, as long as it can do well. But we'll see. So again, picked up that one today. It's up 0.5%. Okay, nothing to write home about. CCI. This is another one that I bought today. CCI, again, another one that I like, but just being very, very watchful of it. Okay, if it breaks down above, like, this one really, I'm not going to give it much room, okay? And I'll go to my hourly so you guys can see a little bit better, okay? There's the hourly, okay? So if it gets under that 50 day on the hourly, I am gone, okay? I am gone, and I'll clear out of it and maybe get back when, you know, when they're ready to take it to the upside. They might not be ready just yet. They may be. Who knows? We'll see how it trades tomorrow. FMC. This is another one. And guys, I'm all long, by the way. Okay. FMC, I like it. Okay. I really want to see some activity come in, because it seems like they bought it and pretty much it's just been chilling. Okay. But either way, this one, again, just kind of watching this one, and this one, you know, this one I'm giving like a 10% stop. So I'm giving this one plenty of room to move around. So that's FMC, up today 0.3%. GM, I got GM a while back. Okay, GM is looking really good, and I'm just, see the trend. Okay, I'm just letting this one trend. That's it. Okay, may take some profits in this. Okay, so tomorrow I'll probably take the money that I made in it and put it in my pocket. Okay, I'll keep my core position, I'm only going to sell whatever I've made in the stock. Okay, so I will take profits on GM. Probably tomorrow I will do that. Okay, we'll see. Not 100% sure, but maybe by the end of the week. I don't know. We'll see. But GM nonetheless looking pretty good. This one's up 5.7%, so not bad. Now, last but not least is US Steel. US Steel is, I bought this one right about here. Okay, I liked it. I like this one, and it really has been doing pretty good for me. So back on November 4th, this would have been the buy for me right here. Okay, so I was able to get it at a better price than what my entry signal would have been. My entry point was here. I got it at a better price, 24.33. So up like 6% on this one. Okay, still like the trend. Okay, it is kind of, you know, having a rough time, but for the most part I like this one. Okay, I see that this one, it can get back above to these highs here, and that could be 20%. So this one is looking good. And let me see here, just to let me chart this one for you guys just to see what we could expect. Okay, or at least what I'm expecting. And there you go. 20%. Okay, could be a potential. Could be a potential 20%. And as much as 41% if it gets to the 161. I don't know if it'll get there, okay? But as long as it's being accumulated, as long as institutions are buying it, these are potential targets. And at least, again, the 100% retracement. So that's like 20%, okay? So not bad. So still I am, and inflation is going to help this one. Inflation will help, you know, U.S. Steel. Guys, that is it for mine. Okay, so everything looking pretty good. I'm happy with all of my positions. And I, again, there's stuff that I'll be looking to buy tomorrow that I like as well. And what I'm going to do, guys, is take a break. All right, I need to take a break and get something to drink. I've been here for a while, man. I was supposed to get out of here, but I can't help myself, man. That's what happens when you stare at charts. It just kind of keep you locked in. But guys, I really got to take a break. I'm going to grab something to eat. Got to fill up the water, and I'll be back in like 5-10 minutes, okay? I will wrap it up with the final stock reviews. So just to let you know, I have Band coming up. If you got, in case you guys want to pull them up on your charts and like just start looking at them. Band, okay, Back, APA, Net, and eBay. Those are the stocks that I'll be reviewing when I get back. And yeah, okay, so I will take a short break, and I'll catch you guys in a second. Guys, I am back, and I'm getting the munchies. I feel like Chick-fil-A. I haven't had Chick-fil-A in like years, and yesterday my dad showed up with a bag of Chick-fil-A, and now I'm like craving Chick-fil-A. So I think that after this stream is over, I may visit Chick-fil-A and help myself to some of their yummy food. Speaking of them, Chick-fil-A is are they traded on the market? I don't think they are, right? Do you guys know Chick-fil-A is traded on the market? I wonder. I don't know. Not sure. Oh, Sparrow's cooking. Connect says, what did you cook tonight? Nothing fancy, just doing prep for Thanksgiving. Yummy, yummy. Guys, by the way, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to leave without wishing all of you a happy Thanksgiving. But seriously, part of the reason why I wanted to do this stream, I'm not sure if I'm going to stream tomorrow, okay? And you got Thanksgiving, Turkey Day coming up. So, we're all going to be with our friends, family, all of that stuff. So, but I want to wish you all a awesome Thanksgiving, okay? Definitely appreciate you guys. You have made this channel what it is, okay? And I know there's a lot of changes. I know I was streaming every single day, like a beast, just streaming like 2 or 3 hours. And but I have to rearrange the schedule a little bit. Okay. So I appreciate you guys though that, are still kind of chilling and whatnot and just making the channel what it is. There is some changes. I know I'm going to be cutting down the streaming to probably like 2 days out of the week, maybe 3. I don't know. But at least 2. I want to do more scans. Okay. So that when I scan, you can see what I'm looking at. And at the same time, I'm doing this anyways because I got to see what I'm going to buy, what I'm going to sell, what I like, right? So when I do these scans, I think that's for sure a time when I'm going to, going live and doing these live streams. And probably on Fridays, I'll be doing a live stream as well. So maybe I'm kind of like biting your schedule, Sparrow. You have a great schedule. You have like the best time to stream. Really, Sunday and Friday seem like really good time to stream. But of course I got to be in your channel because I love your channel. So I got to figure out my schedule and how it could fit according to to everything that I have going on. So appreciate you guys for again just kind of hanging out with me, making this channel what it is, and I wish you all have an amazing, wonderful Thanksgiving and enjoy the goodies. Okay, I will be toasting to all of you. Okay, during Turkey Day. So that being said, let's get to these next stocks, and then we will call it an evening and carry on. Okay, so Band is the next one. This is one of Sheeny's stocks. Unfortunately, Sheeny had to dip out, but we will still review his stock and see what we think, because maybe I might like it, maybe these look position worthy. All right, so Band is getting trashed. Look at that. Okay, I wouldn't buy this thing. Why would I? Okay, it's in the middle of a fantastic sell-off. Okay, plenty of people selling this thing. I'm not going to get in their way, so I'm going to continue to watch. I'm not going to buy it because it doesn't look like it may not be done. Okay, it may not be done getting sold off. And I'm not going to short it either because, this is like the opposite of buying at the top. Okay, you're shorting at the bottom. You want to short here and you want to buy here. You don't want to buy here and short here. Okay, so I would not short it. I wouldn't stand in the way of this thing. Just continue to watch it move to the downside, and that's it really. But it's this is going nowhere except down. So I'm not going to stand in its way. I'm not going to buy it. Okay. So yeah, that's my take on this one. Bearish. I'm not going to stand in its way. Oh, Sheeny, you're back. I'm looking downside. Oh, you're still waiting on the meeting. Okay. Yeah, man. Well, that's a thing, Sheeny. Look, man, I tell you what, if you could find something better to short, do that. Try not to short when they're already like down like a good, 60% from the highs. That's because the probability of them switching gears or even popping, okay, like it's very high. I mean, it's very, very high. So I just wouldn't do it. I would try to find something else to short. And again, you want to get in the habit of shorting here when they're breaking the 50-day moving average, when they're breaking the 200-day moving average. Do you see all that red here? So look, I'll rewind it. I'll rewind it right here. Okay, this is beautiful, man. This is amazing. This right here is when you want to think about shorting it, because look at all that selling. Look at all those institutions just dumping this thing. Okay, this is pretty much when you want to do it, because at that point you just have a lot more big players behind you, clearing the way. So try to find them right here. If you could do that, Sheeny, you're gonna be good, man. You're gonna make some serious money, because you're gonna get them right as they're starting to go. Okay, right as the trend is starting to form. But right now it's already had an amazing run. Okay, this stock is, it's already ran like a good almost 60%. Okay, so how much more could it go? It could drop. It could continue to drop another 10, 20%, maybe more. But again, if you could only pick one stock to short, keep going to the charts until you find them when they're breaking like this. Like, again, I'll give you one. I'll give you one that I'm looking at. Okay, Halliburton. I'm looking to short this one. It's already, look at the volume. Okay, institution. It's already breaking under the 50. Okay, you have geopolitical issues in your favor. A lot of the lockdowns in Europe. Okay, that's going to help to slow oil demand. That's going to help slow oil production. You're going to see a drop in prices. You're going to see these stocks coming in. This one's already breaking the 50, already on good volume, losing institutional support. So this one right here, this is kind of where you want to catch it, where it's like, okay, I'm going to short it here and I'm going to risk like 5-10% or whatever. And hopefully this one can end up doing what Band does right about here, or actually right there. Okay, you just short it all the way and just stick with it short, taking profits, and you get a runner. But again, right here, you're shorting it like right at the bottom, man. Okay, you try to get them when they're breaking through the averages, when they're breaking these when you're breaking the cables. Okay, the minute it does that, that's even better. So I wouldn't short it. I'm bearish on this one. But yeah, I just wouldn't do it, man. I try to find something better. So this one gets the bullish label. You don't like leverage on shorts. I normally just put, got you, cool. Well, yeah, man. Who knows? And this can continue to fall. I mean, it's in the middle of a downtrend, so not bad. You're trading in the right direction. You got a lot of sellers behind you. This isn't a bad play. Like I said, the only thing I don't like about it is that it's right at the bottom. All right, it's right at the bottom. Look, if you absolutely want to short it, I would say wait till the stochastic cables, wait till they come up and get back up here to like the 80. Okay, if they can get back up here, then get in on it. And if you're just like really like kind of impatient on it, you could maybe look at the hourly and wait till they get to the above 80 on the hourly and then short it. Because look at what happened when Band came up to the 80s on the cables back on the 9th. Okay, the minute if you would have shorted it here right when this is a good time. Not here, okay? You really don't want to try to get it here because again, now it's just going to move to the upside. You want to get it here when it doesn't really have much. It doesn't have a lot of stamina left, okay? It doesn't have a lot of power. It's pretty much like maxed out. So this is where you can kind of go short, and then it just came in, okay? So if you really want to get it, wait till these cables finish their move, okay? Let them get back up here to like 80, and then kind of get in on the short, and place your stop wherever you're going to place it. But this would be better, okay? Don't short it when they're coming up, and unless you're like really in it for a swing like for a few days or a few weeks, I just wouldn't try to get it right here. So that's my play on that one. Ben was in no man's land to me. I'm not used to downtrending. Yeah, it's downtrending for sure. I mean, see that for sure. So you're in the right direction. Problem is that you're like catching it right here. So just try to get in a little bit not right at the bottom. Okay, try to get in a little bit better. You just want to learn down for now. Okay, so here's the thing with learning the downtrending. The first thing is, like I say, look at the stocks that are breaking through the 50-day moving average. If you trace back band to that time, that would be like right here. Okay, and if you're watching it, boom, right there. Okay, this is a pretty big movement. It broke through the 50, big volume, ugly candle. This right here is pretty much the signal that now might be a good time to start potentially building a short position. And this was on the August 8th or the 6th. Okay, so yeah, this was pretty much about that time right here. This is where you could trace the beginning of the bear movement, okay, right here on this date, because after that it was pretty much off to the races. Okay, so again, one of the things to look at, wait until it breaks the cables, the moving averages, I call them the cables. Wait till it breaks those and you break under the 50. Okay, if you get that, that's a great sign. Now look at the volume. How hard did you break under the 50? If you got a lot of volume, a lot of people are running for the exit, that's another check off the checklist. All right, great. So now it's breaking the 50. You got a lot of volume. Then at that point, what you want to do is you want to look at the overall trend of the stock. Okay, this one was pretty much sideways, so it would have been better if it's downtrending. But if you rewind it even more than that, all right, so you do have a moving average that is kind of downtrending. Your 100-day is downtrending. Your 200-day is downtrending. So you do have on a more macro level, the stock is trending to the downside. So that's good. Okay, it might not look so much on the day-to-day. It's very sideways, but nonetheless, that's what you want to look for. Okay, you want to look for them to break their cables with good volume. And that's where you kind of enter and you place your stop and you just kind of sit tight, and then that's what happens. Okay, that's kind of what you're going for. That's the ideal short. Okay, so wait till they're taking out that 50. That's a good sign to start looking at it. Maybe don't jump in, but maybe just look at it. Maybe start a small position. Maybe, I don't know, 10%. 20-25% of what you normally would trade. Maybe throw it on and just kind of watch it, and then as it breaks more and more, you could start adding more to your position and just write it all the way down. All right, so what was the next one we were looking at? Back. Tech is starting to break, right? Got to be careful with tech. A lot of it is on a tear, though. Actually, it really is. Apple is on the up and up. Facebook, I mean, look at the big tech. You remember I started the stream talking about the 5 stocks in the S&P that are 23%, make up 23% of the S&P, all tech, okay, for the most part. So Microsoft, this is just powerful. You got Apple, okay, Apple, nice breakout, moving to the upside. That's looking good. Xilinx, amazing. Okay, really, really good. A lot of tech is actually pretty good. You do have some that's breaking down, but even like Facebook, I'm thinking about going long on Facebook. Okay, this is one that I'm waiting for. Maybe before the end of the week. We'll see how it trades tomorrow, okay? But before the end of the week, it's possible that I may be long in Facebook if we can get some good buying going on here, okay? This was a weak breakout above the 50. But Facebook is one of the weaker of tech, and they were just getting, demolished by the media. So a lot of this was just, a lot of negative press. But now it seems to might be shaking off a lot of that noise. And, people don't really care anymore. People are just like, whatever. So it may have shooken off all that bad noise, and right here might be the time where it starts to get back up. So I'm looking to go long on Facebook. So tech is strong, man. The banks are actually the ones that are rolling over. JP Morgan. Again, I was comparing Apple with HSBC. Okay, HSBC kind of rolling over. Apple breaking up. Netflix up, really nice. Compare that to Citigroup, the banks. Okay, breaking down. So a lot of the banks are actually getting hit. And that's because of that, again, that 10-year yield that I've been talking about. The 10-year yield, watch that every day, man. If that's low, you're going to see tech continue to be favored, okay? Because that favors tech. It helps tech. If the yield starts moving to the upside, then you're going to see more, it should help banks. But banks are really just not doing they're not doing anything right now. The market clearly wants to help tech. Okay, tech is the favorite one, probably because a lot of people have positions in tech, so they don't want to see that go to the wayside. Okay, they don't want to get. So we'll see. But yeah, tech is actually pretty strong, man. So that's what again I'm looking to go long on Facebook. So, but let's get back. So Bank of America. Bank of America is one of the stronger of the financials. A lot of them are not doing so well. Bank of America is clearly one of the leaders in it. So what you're going to see is a lot of what I said, a lot of the weak, stocks that are falling apart. You're going to see money take flight to go to safer positions. Okay, you're going to see a rotation of money. The stock market, money is always rotating. It always moves from one sector to the next, and moves around like that. So you are probably going to see a lot of money move away from these weaker banks, like, again, HSBC. If you needed to, all right, let's just say you're a big fund, right? You're a big fund manager, and you need to own a certain position of financials. Are you going to buy HSBC, okay, which is, again, kind of like falling apart here? Are you going to buy Citigroup, which is breaking under the 50-day moving average? Or are you going to buy Bank of America, which is holding above the 50? Okay. If you're in Citigroup, you're probably going to pull out the money, rotate it, and get it into Bank of America. So a lot of that money is going to travel to these highly liquid positions. I mean, Citigroup is, okay, but you're going to see a lot of that money come into these positions, okay, these mega caps. I call them the mega corps, right? You're going to see a lot of money going into them. But eventually, like I said, okay, like I mentioned, what Bill O'Neill said, okay, Bill O'Neill said that what you're going to get is when the market starts having trouble, the money takes flight and it moves out of the weak small caps, the weak mid caps into the large mega caps. But eventually the sellers find a way into the mega caps, they get hit, and eventually the whole index goes down. Okay, so because you can't hide. The minute the selling is like a small fire. All right, it starts off small, but eventually it spreads and it just goes everywhere. Okay, and it takes down the index. So Bank of America is the leader, and I could understand why. Okay, because people are, again, if you have to buy, if you're a mutual fund and you have to have a certain amount of money in finance, you're going to put it in the stronger stocks that aren't breaking down. Okay. But once they go, there's nowhere you can go. Okay, you just have to basically enjoy the ride down. Unless you're smart and you're shorting, then you just go reverse. So Bank of America, a leading stock, doing really well. I'm bullish on this one. Again, if I had a fund, this is what I'd be buying. I wouldn't be buying any of the other stocks. Okay, this is the one that is the strength. So this one gets the bullish label. Would I consider Bank of America on a breakout? Possibly, okay, because again, a lot of that money that's going to flee from those stocks, if it comes into Bank of America, you're going to see the volume pick up, and that could be a breakout. So Bank of America is possible, especially again if you look at the yields. All right, if you see that yield creeping up, and the yield went like 10 points. Okay, it went from like 152 to 162, something like that in one day. It's like kind of wild, not normal. So, if you see that yield getting up there, and again, I told you guys before the year's over, I see the yields getting to like 1.7. Okay, and we're not far from it. Maybe 1.75. Okay, if you see that, I think that would be enough. I mean, I don't know why that wouldn't trigger buying in Bank of America, because it would trigger a lot of buying across all the banks, but especially in the leaders. So Bank of America could be this could be a potential breakout play. But again, this one's already ran big, okay? And like I said, I don't like to buy stocks here. I like to buy them like here, okay, when they get to the run up. So you could play the breakout, okay? That's probably going to be the better one. And yeah, you should see more traffic and buyers come into this one. But it is Thanksgiving week, so you might not see that much activity. You might see some action in Bank of America next week when everybody gets back from vacay. Yeah. That's right. Good read, man. Exactly. Breaking out. Okay. So you could, this is a pullback. This is, if you were going to buy it, this really is when to buy it. Okay. On the pullback. Okay. You could buy a little bit here on the pullback. I would say that would be good, because again, you're under 20%. So you got plenty of room on the stochastics to move to the upside, and you're right at the highs. So you're still under 20, and the highs are just, like $1 away. So chances are, if this thing gets going, it's going to push you straight up through the high. So good play on back. This could be a Bank of America could be a good one. All good things I see for Bank of America. So bullish on this one. Okay, let's go over to, what's the next one? APA. APA, what do we got with APA? I mean, this one just had a run. It had an amazing run since September 10th? This was the trigger date. This was the entry date, should I say, right here. As high as 61% right now, almost 50%. So this one already had its run, okay? This is where you want to buy it. This is kind of where you want to start buying it, when it's breaking above that 50-day moving average, okay? When it's getting ready to, it's basically broke out of this trend, broke above the 50, good volume, okay? Held, broke above the 200-day. This is kind of where you want to catch them, because then you catch that nice trend. Okay, that's kind of what I want to get you guys in the habit of doing, trying to get them here rather than when they've already ran up. It's better to have, a good 40% in your pocket or whatever you can get, rather than, buying it at 40%, more than what you wanted to buy it at. But nonetheless, good trend. Okay, I don't see this one. The only thing is this one topped out pretty good. Okay, you got some pretty above average selling. It did bounce. But this one, topped out good. And it's in energy. It's in oil and gas. And what I tell you about oil and gas, I trade off of the charts, but I always pay attention to what's going on geopolitically. Okay, and I need to stress that more. But that's important. We got to know what's going on. So, and then plug that information into the charts. Okay, so we know that we have potential lockdowns going on, and you can see that has found its way into the charts. Okay, the sellers are confirming that there's some problems. We see it in the news that there's problems. We see it in the chart that there's problems. So oil and gas, I see problems with oil and gas, man. I think oil and gas are going to, I think we're going to see some deflation for sure. And it's going to start with oil and gas. Okay. So I wouldn't be buying this one. I would be waiting, you know, I just, you know, again, it's in an uptrend, but there's just not good things going on geopolitically. And again, you see that there's some heavy sellers that have kind of gotten into the stock here. So it is kind of working its way. It may break through the highs. I mean, this chart looks exactly like Bank of America, but the problem is that this is oil and gas. And I'm very leery of oil and gas right now. So if you're just playing it strictly off the charts, you could buy off the pullback here and just set a stop. But I'm really not playing this one like that. Okay, like I said, I want to try to get as many things in my favor as possible, as much in my favor as I can get. Okay, trend, volume, geopolitics, all of that stuff. Okay, I want to plug all that in and give myself a nice high probability. The more things I have, the better. So that's why I just really wouldn't do this one right now. Not to say don't do it. I mean, if you like it, I like what you like. I see what you're seeing. I think this is a nice pullback, and I mean, look, okay, it's in an uptrend. Okay, but you just got some selling, and we got some stuff going on right now that's not going to help oil and gas. Okay, so if people get spooked, they're going to sell it. Okay, so just be cautious with that. So this one I'm going to rate as neutral. Okay, I'll rate this one as neutral. Oh, this is APA. This is energy sector. Yeah, this one's in the energy sector, man. Oil and gas. So, and what's the market cap of this one? APA. I just like to see. There we go. About 10 billion. Okay, so it's up there. It's up there. Okay. The smaller ones are going to go first. Okay. As you get a sell-off and the index starts collapsing, the smaller ones will go first, and then all of these, you know, then like Tscm will be the last one. This is like the strong guy. Okay. Basically, like this is like the Goliath of the sector. Okay. So all these guys are like the regular soldiers and warriors. Okay. When you get money fleeing, they're gonna come back and they're gonna put money in like ExxonMobil, okay? Because this is the Goliath, okay? And once this one goes, they all go, because this is the you know, this is the largest of the companies, the highest market cap, 260 billion. And look, this is having some problems as well. So you see the same exact pattern here, okay? The same exact pattern, but this one actually broke the 50. Did APA break the 50? Well, APA broke the 50 too. Well, no, APA didn't. Okay, APA didn't. ExxonMobil did. So yeah, this one, I'm just leery on oil and gas. Like I said, I'm looking to short this guy right here. Okay, I'm waiting for Halliburton. I'm waiting for BP. I'm excited. I can't wait to short these. Okay, I'm just waiting to get some real sellers in here, and that's what I'm going to try to do on these guys. Okay, BP, Halliburton, oil. Oil is what's up here? Why does it look like that? Oh, I don't know, just a little glitch. Anyways, so yeah, that's my take on APA. All right, so we got two more stocks left. We're looking at NET and ET. Let's see what we got with NET. Cloudflare. Okay. Again, a lot of selling. I don't like this. Okay. Could see a pullback to the 50, which is going to be a good 8%. Okay. So if you like it, you want to think about buying it, wait till the pullback, wait till these stochastics. I would wait till the stochastics get under, 20 and then revisit it and see what it's doing. If you're in this one, I'd be taking profits. I would have been taking profits all along right here though. Okay. Because it's trading pretty high. But yeah, look, I mean, it's still in a strong uptrend, so there's no reason to head for the exit on this one just yet. But this may be the beginning of trouble. Okay, this may be the beginning of trouble. We need to wait and see. If we get another candle like this through the 50, we got some sellers in here. Okay, we got some sellers, and so we got to be cautious with that and start moving away from bullish mode to bearish mode to short mode. Okay. So this one, yeah, I would just stand aside. Let's see what the sellers have planned. Okay, let's see what the buyers are going to let them do. Okay, if the buyers are going to let them get away with this and continue to kind of give it to the stock, maybe got to get out. Okay, maybe you got to, at that point, that's when the trend may be over. That's when you pretty much just say, okay, I'm out. Okay, but it may drop a good 25-30% before the trend is over. Okay, so it doesn't mean like if it drops like 30% now, it's time. Okay, it needs to drop that much before it kind of confirms that the trend is done. It topped out. Okay, it's not going to drop 3% and then that confirms the trend is over. It's going to drop like 20%. That's going to So just wait and see. Okay, this is the beginning. We're only 15% in. Okay, we're only 15% from the highs. We still got to get to a good 30%. So we're barely halfway there. Okay, the minute it goes 20% from the highs, that's pretty much no longer a correction. That's what you call it's going into bear mode. Okay, so we are actually we're pretty much almost there. We're at 19%. Okay, the only thing is that it's above the 50. So it needs to get under the 50. Again, like at 35%, that will pretty much be the sign that the buyers are no longer defending the stock. Okay, they're not. This may have been the high. They pushed it to as high as it can go, and now they're pretty much done. They're not convinced that it's worth more than $200. So this is another one where this is another one where I would just stand aside. Okay, it's still in an uptrend, but it could be the tides may be shifting. So if you say I'm starting to look for more shorts, exactly. It's not. That's why, man, you have a car that goes forwards and it goes reverse. Okay, because you take it doesn't matter. That's a beautiful thing. It doesn't matter. The market can go to the downside and you're not worried. You're just switching gears. Okay, you're flexible with the market. It's just, again, a lot of these people who don't know how to short, that they basically get crushed. Okay, and hopefully this channel helps people to understand the benefits of shorting. Now again, I'm not saying short everything, because I would never short like the small caps, like the stuff that Sparrow plays. That would be ridiculous. That would be way too much risk. But big companies like this that aren't sleeping giants, I'll short them. Okay, because more or less what to expect. It's basically just behaving the way they behave on the long side. It's just on the short side. So you don't have to worry about shorting it and then it's going to pop up like 50% or maybe more than that. These are, they don't have that kind of range. They just don't do that. But these are not, there's a lot of volume. These are why the benefits of the mega caps is that they're not going to just pop against you like that. So that's why when it comes to shorting, that's the benefit of shorting, large cap companies, is that if they go against you, they're not just going to run really high. You can get out and, but again, that's how I trade. Okay, this is how I trade. So there are ways to short and there are ways not to short. Okay, so with net, I would wait till this breaks a little bit more, wait for the sellers to get in, and then start looking at an entry point for a short. So Um, that I don't see this as, at the point yet, so I'll just neutral on this one. Okay. And wrapping up, we get into eBay. Wrapping up is the last stock we're looking at is eBay. And Connect says 1.1.1.1. What do you mean? What do you mean by that, Connect? We'll look at CVX in a second, guys. But all right, so eBay. And this is the last one, guys. So let me go ahead and shut the queue. Let me turn that one off, by the way, because Chick-fil-A is calling my name, guys. Chick-fil-A, it really is. I don't know what they put in their damn burgers, but I got the bug. I got the bug. So yeah, let me wrap up this last stock, and then I'm gonna grab some dinner. I'm sure you guys are gonna grab some dinner as well. Shout out to the new follower, Rob the Booby. Rob, what's up, man? Thank you for following, man. Appreciate you following. You actually came in or followed right at the time when we're finishing up the last stock. I've been streaming for like 4 hours. Have I been streaming for 4 hours, guys? How long have I been streaming for? Okay, 3.5 hours. All right, so I've been streaming for a good minute now. Hey, but look, if you missed it, it's archived on YouTube. It's archived on Twitch. Okay, I talked a lot about a lot of things going on. I would say if you just kind of came into the room, Rob, definitely catch the archive, at least the first like 10 minutes, 15 minutes of the archive, because that's where I talk about, you know, where I see the market going, and then I did some scans. But that's really, you know, that's really how I kicked off the channel, and there's a lot that I talked about then. So if you're in the market, if you're looking at stocks, check out the first 10, 15 minutes of the stream, okay? Because I really got into a lot of good gems there that I think you might like, and a lot of you may appreciate, okay? So, but let's wrap it up with eBay. So eBay right now, this stock, man, this is a short, okay? Who recommended this one? Who was this? This was stocks, stock market plan. So I think stock may have brought something to the table, guys, because I like this one. I like this one for short. Yeah, I mean, it makes me get out of my seat, so I like it. I'll tell you when I liked it, though, okay? On November the 12th, Friday, November the 12th, right here, okay? This was the entry for short, okay? So now I'm basically down like 3%. I'm going to place a short order on this one, like at the 50. The 50-day is at 74.14. I'm going to try to short this one at $74. If I can get, well, wait a second. Let me take a closer look. Okay, I'm getting a little excited. Yes. If I can, well, even now I'd be risking like 5%. Okay, look, all right. So look, however I do it, I need to go in there and see where I want to kind of get in. But nonetheless, eBay looks like a good short. Okay, I like this one for short. It's breaking down. Look at this awesome volume. Great volume. I mean, this one, like, you know, nice selling going on in eBay. It took out the 50 yesterday, and then today it just pressed the gas and went even further. So I like this one for short. I think the tides are going to be turning on eBay because it just had a marvelous run. Okay, it's had an amazing run, and now it's breaking not only the 50, but it's breaking that 100-day moving average, and it's breaking it with some pretty good volume. So this may be losing some institutional support. I would be willing to take a trade on this one and risk, you know, 5, maybe 10%, somewhere around there, to have this one just, you know, basically come in on us. So short, bearish all the way on eBay. So bearish that I want to put a position on, and this one's going to get added to my watch list for so that I can place a sell order on this thing. Definitely going to place a sell on this thing. I would say if I can get it at like 73, I would be happy with that. okay? Because then that's really like not that much risk. But I would even short it here. And I may do that, okay? So, yeah, I may do that, guys. I may put my short in on this one. So you all know how I feel, okay? I'm excited about this one. You see the smile on my face whenever I'm like, I like it. I want it. Either long or short. But this one, I like short. So eBay gets the bearish. And shout out to Stock for bringing this one to the table. I don't know how you are viewing this one, Stock. Hopefully, me and you are on the same boat in this one. And we're both going to jump in and short this one and put on our shorts. That would be cool. But yeah, I like this one. I think it's starting to break down. Look at this. Look at this awesome gap down, guys. Look at that amazing volume. This was just got hit with the sellers. They filled the gap and then they just couldn't take it any higher. And then today again, good volume to the downside. This gets me excited. This makes me want to short it. And I will be placing my order later on tonight after I have my Chick-fil-A. Let me see here, though. I just want to look at one more thing on this one. Just one more thing. Let's look at the hourly. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This looks great. Look at that. Okay. So on the hourly, this looks even better. So shout out to Stock. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it for sharing this one. Like I said, I'm excited. So I will be placing the order later on tonight. And that may be added to the position. Sheeny, okay, yeah, I won't, man. Definitely. All right, cool, Sheeny. You have a good night too, man. I will be catching up on Telegram. Guys, I have a Telegram, okay? You can search me on Telegram. I have a channel there. That's where I post a lot of, when I'm not here and I just see something going on, that's where I post in the market. So you can search me out on Telegram and join, and would love to have you there, okay? Connect to eBay was me. Oh, it was you? Oh, okay. Well, shout out to you, Connect. I did not know. You didn't know I didn't do the request. Oh, well, the request, it's easy. It's just chart. So Sparrow's is join. Mine is chart. So you just hit chart and then you hit the symbol, or type space and then the symbol. So man, shout out to you, Connect. Appreciate it, man. Like I said, I couldn't be more excited with eBay. This is this is good. This gets me excited. And I mean, just charting this one. Let me see real quick here. Let me see on this one, and then like I said, I'll kind of dip out. But let's see what we could expect from this one. Yeah. So look, it already retraced. It already made its retracement to 71.63. Here, I'll put it up right here so you can see it. And if you don't mess with Fibonacci, that's fine, okay? Just look at the levels. That's the most important thing, okay? So it already retraced to the 100% right here, okay? This is the stop. Or this is, again, I say this is the target, okay? And it stopped pretty much right there at that 100. Look at that, like right there, okay? But I see this thing going to 65.73 and beyond. To infinity and beyond, right? But really, yeah, I see. So this is a good 8%. All right, this one could move a good 8%. But like I said, I'm not waiting for it to get there and then get out and take. If it does that, the trend is starting. Okay, that means the sellers have they have so much juice that they've taken this to the downside. They've taken control of the stock. They've taken control of the trend. And as long as that's the case, I'll sit nice and tight and just let this thing put money in my pocket. And just let the trend go. So this is the target, 65.73 on the retracement, and I think it'll get there. I think, like I said, that's going to be the first movement, and then it's just going to continue moving lower. That's how I see it. Okay. So, yeah, shout out to you again. Thanks so much, Connect. Like I said, probably there's a good chance that next time I'm streaming and I do a live stream, eBay will be here in my positions, and it will be a short. So thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. And you said for educational purposes, what date and strike would you do a put on eBay? I don't trade options, Connect, so I couldn't tell you, and I wouldn't, because I wouldn't do that to you, man. If I don't really know, if I don't really feel confident about anything, I don't want to give you like some halfway remark, some half-ass comment. Oh, here, because I don't know it. I'm not an options player. I wouldn't be the one to ask for doing a put on this thing. I don't trade options. I have, and I'm not successful in options. They're very hard to trade, much harder than shares. Okay, now you can trade them with shares. That's one way to do it. Okay, but I just don't. Shares, they work for me. If the stock moves against me, that's going to be a small percentage loss, but in options, that's going to be huge, maybe 100% loss. So I just don't like to, I don't, the risk factor on options is too much for me. And again, this is not a dog or dissing any of you guys who play options. Shout out to you guys for doing it. For me, it's just too risky. Okay. I want to get, again, like I mentioned, the whole purpose of my trading and the channel, the first goal is preserve your capital. That's the first rule. Okay, if we can do that, then the second one is try to make some money. Okay, that's how I try to play it. So preserving capital means that I'm going to try to take everything I can to give me the smallest amount of risk possible. And options are a lot more riskier than just trades. So obviously for there, it's like, okay, I'm just going to go with trades then, because that's going to lessen my risk exposure. So I just go with shares, not trades, but shares. So I wouldn't know where to put the date in the strike, man. I would say at least 3 months. I'm willing to give this thing 3 months. Sometimes I'll do 3 months before they kind of, where they just kind of continue to move. So I would say 3 to 6 months, maybe more than that. But who knows? Like I said, generally though, these movements, these trades that I take, they generally do last a few months. They generally do. If they don't, that's because I get stopped out, or I just sell them because they start getting hit with a lot of selling, or they get hit with a lot of buyers and I'm short. But if other than that, I let the trend go for as long as it can go. So, and that could be a few months. I mean, not a few months. That could be like 3 to 6 to 9 to 10 months. Okay, like really. But I always get out before earnings. Even if the trend is long, even if it's going, I'll still get out and then get back in after earnings. Okay, so that's one thing I do. I don't hold on to the stock while it's doing earnings. I'll get out, then it goes into earnings, then I get back in and get back into the position and continue to let the trend go. So again, just playing it out like that, yeah, that could be a few months. So I would say 6 months would probably be good. Okay, but again, don't hold me to it, okay? Because I'm not an options player, and who knows how long it will take. But that would be a good guesstimation. So no problem, man. Hopefully that helps. I mean, I wouldn't say a month. That's something I would say. I would say a few months. I would say 6 months is a pretty good gauge. Okay, but it may take a while, or it may get there really quickly. But that's a good halfway mark. Okay. That's a good halfway mark. All right, guys, that is it. Again, appreciate all you guys. Man, look, I want you guys to do something for me. I want you all to have an amazing Thanksgiving, okay? Give thanks, okay? There's a lot of crappy things going on in the world, for sure, okay? But there is still a lot of amazing things going on. The fact that I can open up the channel, connect with you guys, wherever you guys are at. We could look at charts together. We could help each other to stay out of the woods, to stay out of losing positions. We could help each other to make money. That's amazing. I mean, to be able to actually pull this up on charts is just awesome, I think, and have a community. So, guys, I appreciate all of you. I really do. I thank you for spending time to actually come into the channel and hanging out with me and listening to what I have to say. So this Thanksgiving, I'm going to be giving thanks for you guys for making this channel what it is. And I mean that 100%, you know, from me to you. Thank you guys. You're going to make this Thanksgiving a little bit more special. So hopefully I can do the same for you. And hopefully if you've been watching my channel, hopefully I've helped to make you guys some money, or at least keep you out of traps. Okay. Give thanks for that. Okay. Whatever it is, I'm thankful for you guys. And I want you guys to all have an amazing, wonderful Thanksgiving. If you haven't reached out to somebody in a while, a friend, a family member, maybe you've had a fallout, maybe an argument, guys, this is the time to reach out. Okay. Reach out. Put a lot of that positive energy into the world, because we need it, and it's going to come back. Okay, it is going to come back. It comes back to you. What you put out is what you're going to get in. So reach out to somebody you haven't talked to in a while. Maybe there's somebody around you who doesn't have family. Call them over, guys. Okay, break bread together. All right, make friendships. This life is short. It really is short. Friendships are an amazing thing. They're one of the best things. They're gifts. All right, and that includes this. You know, this right here. These virtual friendships that I have. Okay. With all you guys, Shinigami, Sparrow, all of you guys, okay? Appreciate you guys, okay? So I'm very thankful. And again, this Thanksgiving, man, just reach out to somebody that you haven't and call them up. And if they're not doing anything, invite them over for dinner. And let's, you know, we need a lot of that positivity, guys. There's too much garbage. There's too much negative out there. So I have a saying, all right? And it's good vibes only, bad vibes lonely, all right? So, thank you so much, guys. You are amazing, wonderful people, and I truly do appreciate you guys, and I'm thankful for you hanging out with me and making this channel what it is, because I couldn't do it. Okay, I'd be talking to myself, and I wouldn't be talking to myself, obviously, but you know, I wouldn't have somebody to communicate with. And you guys are the reason why this channel is what it is. So I'm so grateful for you guys, and I just appreciate that you allow me to do this. You know, that you actually allow me to do this. So thank you guys. And that being said, it's time for me to go grab my Chick-fil-A, all right, before they close, man. So thank you guys. I have a first-time chat viewer. It was deleted. I got an aggressive bot, man. But Trump 2024, please. Shout out to Trump 2024. Thanks for following, man. I appreciate you. I'm just getting out here now, but next time, man, hopefully when I come into the chat next time, you're able to join, and you know, we can talk stocks. I'll pull up some of the stocks that you're looking at. If you're coming in on Twitch, which I see that you are, you can you know, request a stock and I'll chart it. Now again, the queue is closed because I'm about to head out and dip out, but you can check out the archive. If you're just coming in now, check out the archive, Trump, okay? Because I talk a lot about what's going on in the market, and at least the first 10 minutes, I'm telling you, there's some gems there, okay? If you're trading, there's some gems there. Talked about oil and gas, and a couple different things. So hopefully you can catch that, and if anything, I'll catch you on the next live stream, okay? So guys, thank you so much. I am out of here. Peace and love to all of you guys, and I will catch you on the next live stream. Until then, I'm going into the market, or going into close. The market is closed already, guys, but here's my positions, okay? Long ACAM at 109.76, long AMC at 39.92, long Caterpillar at 204.28, long CCI at 184.15, long FMC at 104.60, long GM at 59.65, and finally long X US Steel at 24.33. And shout out to Shinigami for US Steel for turning me on to this one, because he brought this one to the table, and like immediately I went in and bought some shares of US Steel. So thank you to Shinigami for sharing that. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Peace and love. And again, you guys are amazing. Don't forget that. You all have an amazing Thanksgiving. And again, I want to give another special shout out to Sparrow. Okay, she's out of the room now, but my moderator for always coming in the room and always just, you know, supporting the channel. Sparrow, thank you so much. I know you're out of the room, but you still get that special shout out. So peace and love, guys. Catch you later.